everybody. Happy Saturday. First, I want to say I do apologize for the very last minute show. And when I say very last minute, I literally planned this show about 58 minutes ago. I just had to do this show because lately I've been seeing a lot of people switching sides. And let me tell y'all something about me. When you're wrong, you're wrong. I don't care I don't care what the outcome is. If you're doing something wrong, I will not support you doing something wrong. We all know that this Rhoda Osman case was crazy, right? We all know that my name is on the charging documents. We also know that on January 17th, when I told everybody that Rhoda was wanted on a felony warrant for deception and fraud and the GoFundMe, I was the only page to put that information out. And then 8 hours later, all the blogs started to follow me. Then people started posting about it. The news got a hold of it. I was the only one to post that information. Nobody else knew what was going on but me. And on that day, you had a lot of women and a couple men who came out saying, I was the reason. I was the reason that Rhoda was locked up. That Rhoda's getting locked up or getting a felony. I was the one giving Daphne all the information. Daphne stole from me. They were saying all these lies, but they didn't provide not one receipt. They just made up a bunch of things that they said I did, and it wasn't true. But now these same people are saying Daphne tampered with evidence. Daphne's the reason Rhoda's gonna walk free because Daphne didn't stay in her lane. So now these same people said that they fed me the information. They're now Team Rhoda. They are now on Rhoda's team. And I just think that that is very disgusting. I want to remind you guys that on January 17th, when Rhoda found out that I spilled the beans about her felony warrant, somebody, and we all know who that somebody is, created a fake Instagram account and they sent Rhoda information about me, and Rhoda posted it on her Instagram. I want to remind you on January 16th, January 15th, 14th, 13th, December, November, September, Rhoda never posted that information. She just magically got this information on the same day that my hater posted this information to their YouTube account. So when I found out that the person sent Rhoda the information, it blew me because this person was profiting off of Rhoda. Her GoFundMe scams, and here's some GoFundMe knowledge, and Rhoda did this. They were against Rhoda. They even told me, stay on Rhoda's next celebrity. Get her. Great show. You're beautiful. You're wonderful. And now they are riding with Rhoda. It's gotten to the point where this person these people actually reached out to Texas, flew out to Texas to give information to Rhoda's attorney. I think it's really, really, really disgusting when someone can hate me that bad that they're wanting to tell lies about me just so the information I gave to Texas looks like it came from someone that's a criminal themselves. I'm not a criminal. We know I don't have a criminal background. Just because somebody wants me in Tennessee to get a court case, that doesn't make me a criminal. I'm always going to fight any charges against me or people making up lies about me because people don't like accountability. Accountability in 2024 is now viewed as harassment. And you have to prove that you were not harassing anyone. That's all that's about. But when you go and you tell everybody else that I'm crazy, I'm known for stalking and harassing, and then Rhoda's like, yeah, Daphne harassed me. When you guys know that I never did that. I want to remind you guys I never called Rhoda, never emailed Rhoda, never did anything but share what she already put out to the world. And when you post something publicly, it's fair game. When you go on TikTok and say you were assaulted, I can take the video and post it on my own without your permission. That's what the public symbol is for, right? So we know that. And we know that Rhoda said she was going to bury me with her little voodoo stuff. And then Rhoda said she was looking for my address, my name. So I want to remind you guys that when people think they're helping the attorney, they're really not. Because the attorney probably doesn't even know that Rhoda made that video about me. I can get your last name, Daphne Sutton. Yeah. And I'm going to find out where you live, where you work, your family. That's what Rhoda said. I have 3 threats on video in my pocket. So you telling an attorney anything about me won't help Rhoda. Let me put you guys onto some game. What I've learned is that people that are supporting Rhoda right now, right? They think Rhoda has a wonderful attorney because he's black. And this is the reason why I'm doing this show. Because one thing about me is I'm always going to come with receipts. I don't care what you say about me. I don't care what you say I did or didn't do. I understand that Black women and Black men, I'm going to say Black women because they get more emotional. When they're mad and when you've held them accountable, when you've done something that upsets them and they don't want to take accountability for it, they will then start to create lies about you. They will sit there and try to do things to hurt you. So when you respond, they can run to the police. It's the bait and hook. That's what they've been doing to me since last year. I'm now hip to the game. But what you will not do is discredit me as a person. You're not going to do that. So one thing I want to tell you guys is that Rhoda's being represented by a Black man, and I might say his name wrong, forgive me, Kenyon Brooker. I know his last name is Brooker. So a lot of people said, I hope he helps Rhoda. I hope Rhoda gets off. These same people that were against Rhoda are now Team Rhoda. And they think because she has a Black attorney, everything's going to be good. It won't be. I want to let you guys know a couple things about this attorney. Both times Rhoda was supposed to appear in court, he was late. One thing about an attorney, if they show up late twice, that's a sign that they're not consistent. That's a sign that they're not doing their job properly. Because if you showed up late twice at work, some people might get fired. So I want you to know that this man showed up late twice. The first time they had to move the date to a new date. And then the April 5th date, he was late again. But yet, you got these uneducated individuals online saying Rhoda's being represented by a great man. He's not so great. You know why he isn't so great? Because he left somebody high and dry on the day of their hearing. See, what Daphne does is she does what's called research. And before you start saying that Rhoda has a great attorney, maybe you should have put your degree to work and did some research to make sure what you were saying was right. Because, I figured you'd say that. Guys, I'm going to be bringing someone onto the show. His name is Devon. 1 second, Devon, before you speak, honey. Give me 1 second. Devon is somebody who knows all about Rhoda's attorney. Okay. And he wants to tell you guys what type of man that this attorney is. Because a lot of y'all think that Rhoda is going to be getting a life sentence, but you guys don't know how the law works. I want to remind you guys that Rhoda was on probation already for 2 assaults. And her probation was supposed to expire in August of this year. So now that she has this new charge, do you really think they're going to let her walk out? And I don't care how mad I make people online. That does not it doesn't take away my evidence. The evidence is going to stand no matter who gives them this evidence. It's still going to be the evidence. Doesn't matter what that person did or said in the past. What I want you to know is on September the 4th, I didn't have any beef with anybody. And that's when I sent that evidence. And that's why she's where she is right now. So I want you guys to know that this attorney is not such a great attorney. And maybe if this person or persons did their research, instead of trying to be Team Rhoda, you should have been Team Research. So, guys, I want to welcome Devon on the show. Devon, are you there?
Yeah, can you hear me?
I can hear you perfectly. Perfect. Thank
Cool.
you so much. Now, Devon, I know we spoke on Facebook and I kind of reminded you of what this attorney was doing for someone else, their case. So I just wanted you to tell me what you told Facebook about this attorney and what's going on right now with this case. Go ahead, sir.
All right, cool. Well, nice to meet you, Daphne. My name is Devin. And basically, I had a gentleman reach out to me from jail. I help uh, pro se people that are doing things pro se. A lot of the people that I've helped basically they've already been bled dry by an attorney. I don't really have a that great of a sentiment towards attorneys to begin with because I believe systemically their practices are unfair. So I encourage people to represent themselves. I know that that's a daunting task, but I come from a more of a background with dealing with family court. That's kind of how I got exposed to and basically the person that I know is in jail right now, locked up on a protective order. His name is Kyle French. And he connected me with another individual, and this individual asked me to basically help facilitate um, arrangements with an attorney and just be a liaison for him. And so I think his name is Gwenon or something like that. Met with this gentleman, and they made arrangements. Or it had us talked about the case. He said he felt really good about it. Me being the skeptic I am, for one, and then of attorneys, because I've seen the kind of billable hours. I see what they do. They get this big chunk of money up front. They uh really don't do any work. I've seen a lot of them not show up at all. I've seen cases where people pay 10 grand for an attorney and they never filed anything in their case. They never showed up for their case. And so I know of an attorney that has done this to multiple people. uh it's crazy because I didn't really want to have nothing to do with this type of drama, honestly. But because of my stuff, I got sucked into it and I started learning about how these attorneys really operate. um so I told my friend, hey, I haven't seen this gentleman really be that responsive. So you should probably have somebody on the back burner, because just my experience of seeing how these attorneys operate, they're not very honorable. um and so that's just my sentiment. But unfortunately, he proved for me he proved that I was right. Basically a week before his hearing, it was what that was on March 25th. So he had already spoke with him 2 weeks prior. um that following week, we reached out to Mr. Brooker, and it was me and another individual, and we offered him a certain amount of money to get him started on the case. He said that wasn't enough and that he needed more. So we got with the gentleman in jail, and he made arrangements to get that money and make that money available, even more money. Um, and so Mr. Brooker was supposed to send over a link so that we could pay and set up his case and everything. And we asked him to do that. Basically, we let him know, hey, we got the funds. Can we go ahead and set this up? He said, well, I'm out over the weekend. So that was like Thursday. He let us know he's not going to be available till next week. And so Monday he messages and he says, okay, cool, I'm going to send you guys the email that you need to set everything up. This hearing's coming up on Wednesday. He doesn't set anything up on Monday. He doesn't set anything up on Tuesday. So I send him a message and I just basically say, hey, look, we've already made an agreement. Um, you agreed to represent somebody on the day of their hearing. We've made arrangements to pay you. Um, and it doesn't seem like you're prepared or going to be prepared. We haven't had, really an opportunity to discuss his case. You haven't put this gentleman has been held without bail. Well, I won't say without bail, but his bail is so ridiculously high that he's not going to be getting out. And it's a nonviolent crime. He's been there since like uh, May, June. So he's just sitting in there. His stuff keeps getting reset. And for me, my thought was, I was actually kind of glad to see that this was a black gentleman. I thought, okay, cool, maybe he'll understand the shortcomings of the system and understand the Eighth Amendment. That this gentleman's being held without bail. And I thought maybe have some compassion of being able to relate, right? Because we know that black people are on the receiving end of a lot of these injustices in terms of the cash bail system and all of that. We understand that. So I'm thinking, okay, this might be the right guy. But he didn't even message Tuesday. So it wasn't until Wednesday morning, the day of the hearing, he's just basically saying, oh, well, all you had was enough money for the deposit, and that's not enough. So we've decided to, not take your case. But what that does is that's you are putting somebody when it comes to litigation, things are happening in timely order. So you have to have fair notice. So this gentleman could have canceled, on Monday, 48 hours in advance, to give my friend enough time to find another attorney. So you putting him in a position that hurts his case now. Not only did you not accept the money, or to me, it's your money anyway, right? So why the fact that she was moving slow after we got you the money you asked for, because the first offer wasn't enough, and then you was moving slow on sending the link. So already, to me, that was lacking professionalism. I'm just peeping it because attorneys have things time sensitive. Litigation is time sensitive. And when you see an attorney moving slow, you're like, okay, are they going to meet certain deadlines? If they're slow to get their money, how are they going to meet their deadline? But then just him canceling last minute, putting my friend in a disadvantaged position in litigation, and wasting our time, really wasting valuable, precious time.
Right.
That we could have been finding somebody who was going to be a man of their word.
So,
And so
so
I was very disappointed.
So let me stop you right there, Devin. I want to say thank you for that. So Mr. Brooker told you on the day of the hearing that he
Yeah.
didn't want to take the case. Is that correct?
Yes.
But before he said that to you, you did make attempts to reach out to him 2 days prior, correct?
Yes.
Okay. And you did say that initially you guys agreed on an amount and then he wanted more money. Is that correct, sir?
Well, he's okay, and I'll tell you what he said. Let me see if I can pull this up.
Oh, wonderful. That's even better.
Um,
And guys, I just while he's looking for that information, I want to remind you guys that this attorney who did this to his friend, right? His friend that has been sitting in jail since May of last year. Um, on the day of the hearing, he told him that he wasn't going to take the case. And that's unprofessionalism. What's funny is that you got people saying that he's professional and upstanding and a wonderful person that's going to help Rhoda get off. I figured just say that. You have to do your research on these people before you give them these great titles. And it's funny because people keep saying, yeah, I do my research. I just don't blindly trust. But it sounds like that's what you're doing. So did you find it, Devin?
oh yeah, yeah, I got it pulled up.
Okay, go ahead, hon. What did he say?
Okay, so um I messaged him. Was this Monday? Okay, Monday. I said, my friend has a hearing on Thursday. He has been okay. My bad. I had the days off a little bit. So I messaged him on Monday evening. He's been held in prison without reasonable conditions for bail in violation of the Eighth Amendment. We want to make sure that you have ample time to prepare. We will be sending exhibits in support of a demand for reduction of the amount to ensure he can secure release pending the suit. Thanks. So good morning. On Tuesday, we'll set up a My Case account today and send you a payment link this afternoon. Um, and then I said, thank you, Mr. Brooker. Oh, I'm sorry. My other friend said, thank you, Mr. Brooker. Devin, will you please let him know? I'll be busy the rest of the day, but I'll be available after 6. I said, thank you.
And that was Tuesday. Can you hear me? Uh, can you guys
Hello?
hear him? Yeah, you went silent. You said
Okay.
that was Tuesday when he said that he would set up the account for you to pay, correct?
Correct. So yeah, that's Tuesday.
Okay.
Um,
And then Wednesday?
didn't hear from him after that, and then Wednesday, I texted him in the evening. I said, Mr. Brooker, you agreed to take this case, and my friend put his confidence in you. He made arrangements to make sure that you were paid before taking this case on. It is now 10:30, the night before his hearing tomorrow. You agreed to set up an account this Monday. You did not. You agreed to set up an account today, and you have not done so. The professional thing to do is say that you can't take the case with enough advance notice for us to make other arrangements. You have placed my friend in a position of unpreparedness. As I'm sure you're aware, my friend is currently receiving ineffective counsel. There's no reason he should be sitting in jail on a $750,000 bond.
Mm.
Either we're passing up a good opportunity to move for a reasonable bail because of you, or you're confident that you can get him a hearing on that matter within the next 7 days. This is urgent. Please let us know where we stand. So I was basically letting him know, hey, I mean, I'm assuming you're still going to show up even though we haven't paid you because that's what you agreed to do, or at least you're confident that you can set a new hearing quickly
Right.
to and make up for this, right? And he says he doesn't text back till the next day in the morning.
What time was it on Thursday?
Um, so that was 10:30. That was 7:36 in the morning, right?
Okay.
So his hearing was in the afternoon. Um, and so he says, "Good morning, Devin. Thank you for reaching out. Given that your friend cannot guarantee payment of a legal fee, and he says in parentheses beyond a deposit, my office must decline representation at this time. I suggest that you visit with his currently engaged counsel concerning his bond. Thank you, QB." And
So
I did, yeah, go ahead.
no, go ahead. No, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
And so I did follow up because that was one. We came up with the amount that you agreed to, that you offered.
Correct.
You said I can't take the case for less than this. We
Correct.
came up with that amount. Um, And now you're saying because he can't guarantee payment of a legal fee beyond the deposit, he's made it seem as if we didn't meet you know his requirements for what he what I mean. That's what you accepted as fair. So when did that change, right? And so I just said, what was the agreement? And then there's the third person in this text. I said, good morning. Didn't you arrange to pay Mr. Brooker on the amount that was agreed upon? And then I said, for clarity's sake, did you not state that you were sending a link to
Yeah.
facilitate
Wednesday
payment to
night, he
be?
said he would send the link. Correct.
right? And to be able to represent him at today's hearing and in future proceedings, just last night, were you planning on collecting 6,000 from him and not appearing at his hearing today? The agreement was between you and my friend. We were here to facilitate the payment that was previously agreed upon for representation at today's hearing. Was there a discrepancy between the amount you and Mr. Corona agreed upon and the amount we had to pay you? I just want to be able to explain to my friend, and he never texted back.
Okay. So I want you guys to know that Mr. Brooker, he was given advance notice that, hey, we if you need more money, we got this. My friend was able to arrange the money that you're asking for. We just want to know, can we get you the money so that this man has proper representation in court? This man, and did I say your name right? Is it Devin or Devon? I want to say it right.
It's Devin.
It's Devin. Okay. So when Devin was reaching out to Mr. Brooker on behalf of his friend sitting in jail, okay, he was reaching out to him every day leading up to his Thursday hearing. Wednesday, Mr. Brooker told them they would send a link for them to make the initial payment. Thursday comes and Mr. Brooker tells him at 7:36 he's unable to take the case. And then when Devin reached back out to him and said, hey, all the stuff we've been doing and preparing for, the money that you asked for, we did everything you said. What part of that wasn't right? Can you get back to us? And he never did. I want you to know that this happened less than a week ago, correct, Devin?
Yeah, that was
Was
about.
this
So that
at
was
March 25th?
the yeah. So that would yeah, that was last week. Yep. Time's
Okay, so
blurry a little
last
bit.
week.
Yeah.
This happened just last week. And this same person that did this to Devin's friend is the same person that arrived late twice for Roda Osman. So what I find weird is that people that don't know this information, hold on, I'm hearing a lot of static. Okay. People that don't know this information is saying that Mr. Brooker is a great person when really he's unprofessional. When you do that to people, his friend that's been sitting in jail since May got told on the day of his hearing that Mr. Brooker wasn't going to represent him, even though prior they made arrangements. What kind of attorney would cancel on the day of the hearing? An unethical, unprofessional one. So not all skin folk is kinfolk. I need y'all to understand what this man just did to his friend who's been sitting in jail for almost a year. But yet, y'all think that this same man is going to get Roda off. Really? But guys, it goes deeper than that. Because what I love about my haters, it allows me to discredit them. And when you have people that saying that Roda is in great hands, again, research is important. Me having 2 master degrees, research was very important. So something else that Devin probably doesn't know, I'm going to read something to you guys because I don't want you to take it from just me. I want to read it. And this is a public document that I will put on my YouTube community chat. And if Rhoda is listening to this, Rhoda, I feel bad for you that you didn't do your research. You always should do your research. Understand that there are attorneys out there that might be looking like us, same color as us, but they're not about us. It's about the green, the dollar bills, the dead presidents. And a lot of these attorneys will take somebody's case and not even expecting a payment because if it's a popular case that was featured on the Shade Room and featured on all these big blogs, it's a big popular social media case. Social media brings clicks and views and attention to whoever is helping or representing somebody.
Free
So this
marketing.
so in my opinion, he only took this case with Rhoda because it was a popular case. I want to remind you that Rhoda has a felony indictment. That means that they were able to convince 9 out of 12 of the jurors that she is guilty. But people still think that Mr. Brooker is going to be her savior. I want to read something to you guys because I'm a researcher. And whenever somebody sits there and tells me something that I know is wrong, I got to prove them to be wrong. And I'm not going to call them any names. I'm just going to hit them with the facts because that's the way I come. So let me read you guys something. Here it goes. On January 4th, 2017, Quinnen Alexis Rashid Brooker, 39 of Houston, received a 3-year partially probated suspension effective February 1st, 2017, with the month of June 2017 actively suspended and the remainder probated. An evidentiary panel of the District 4 Grievance Committee found that in representing a client, Mr. Brooker neglected the legal matter entrusted to him and failed to hold funds belonging in whole or in part to his client that were in Brooker's possession in connection with the representation in a trust account. Brooker violated rules
Ooh.
one. Hold on, please. Brooker violated rules 1.01 and 1.14. Brooker was ordered to pay $2,000 in restitution and $1,400 in attorney's fees. What I want you guys to know is that Mr. Brooker was suspended. His license was suspended for a few years because of misuse of his client's trust. So I want y'all to know, when you come for the celebrity podcast, please have receipts. Don't go out there saying that Road is being represented by an upstanding, God-fearing man when this man is known for taking. So he didn't just do this to Devin's friend. Back in 2017, he did it and actually had to pay almost $4,000. Y'all see what I'm saying? Whenever they sanction you, the Texas Bar is where you can find this. TexasBar.com. And I read you guys his full name because that was on the public document. I didn't make up anything. I will be putting that on my community chat. What does that say? That says that Rhoda might not be in the best hands. I want y'all to know that. Some black attorneys will take another case if it's popular because that's going to get them the likes, the shares, the views. I want him to be my next attorney, even if Rhoda is found guilty. He's still going to get the clout for helping her with the case. No different than when OJ was on trial, right? When it's a popular trial, that attorney, that lawyer, whoever takes the case, they get the attention. Even if they know the client is guilty, they'll still take the case because of the clout wave. They're going to ride the clout. That's what they're going to do. So before you sit here and say Rhoda has a great attorney, do your research because then you look like an uneducated fool. Devin, did you know that about Mr. Brooker, sir?
I did not, and I'm
So let me
relieved that
ask
we
you
didn't
this.
give him
Let me
money.
ask you this. If I had sent you that information, and let's say you were due to take your services, all this didn't happen when it did. You were due to take your services in the future. Would you have still taken him on your team if you knew that happened to him back in the day?
Absolutely not.
What do you think
Absolutely
that
not.
says about him being in trouble and having to pay almost $4,000 for what he just kind of did to your friend? The only difference is he didn't take the money yet.
Oh, thank God. Yeah,
Thank God.
I'm very glad. I already had like that intuition. My intuition was already like, nah, I ain't getting the good vibes out of this. But I'm just glad he showed his colors without taking the money first because it would have been much more of a headache
Yeah.
had he
And
got the
not
money.
only, and guys, not only am I going to do that, I am going to post this on my social media because I want you guys to know that just because they're black, it doesn't mean they got your back. And you guys see that every day, how people are. And when somebody is sitting in jail for almost a year, they're vulnerable. They want to get out. They want to be free. They want to smell the earth. So how dare you make this man think that there's a possibility that that bail could be lowered, a possibility that he can finally be heard. This man played with this man's life. And I don't think that's funny. And I am going to put him on blast. I don't care if he's a black man. I hold black men accountable too. And everybody on my page is going to know what this man did. Because at
And
the end of the day,
yeah.
if you want to sit here and say that this man is great, no, you don't get that in my book when you hurt people like that. Go ahead, Devin. I'm sorry.
Well, no, you're good. I mean, that's why I was so hot. I was really upset about it for quite a while, and I normally don't make a public post, and I just happened to, and I prayed about it, and I was like, all right, God, I feel like I'm just getting tired you know, of what I keep seeing in the criminal justice system with these attorneys, with these judges, and I don't, I kind of felt weird about putting it out there, but I was very upset about it because, like you said, he was basically playing with his life, and
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah. I'm not happy
it,
with it. And I don't
just
like this
like you
guy.
said, just because you're black doesn't mean greed doesn't really have a color. It's
It
not has no
doesn't.
preference.
Facts.
Um,
Facts.
and if you people are thinking that the attorneys should really be about what's right, because
There you go.
if I'm paying you for one, how are you going to know your client's guilty? If you know your client's guilty, that kind of says something about you already. But and then if you believe your client's innocent, then shouldn't you be that much more passionate about their rights being protected?
Yes.
You know.
Yes. I mean, you're right, Devin, and your friend going through that. I hope that when I share this, and I'm hoping that it goes viral, because I'm gonna share this across all my platforms. I think people need to know about what this man did to your friend. And if you want to send me those messages you guys had, I'll blur out any names. I always protect identities. I just want people to see what was done to you. And honestly, even though I do not respect what Rhoda Osman did, and I know that she's going to be in trouble, she should still know who she's allowing to have control of her outcome. This guy.
Absolutely.
And him not showing up on time to 2 arraignments for me, that would be in for me. I don't need you. But maybe Rhoda doesn't have the money to afford him. But he might have told Rhoda, this is a case where, I work for free. You don't have to pay me, because the attention is going to give him all the money he needs. He's listed all over her account. And we know that whatever happens to Rhoda, it will be on all platforms. So some attorneys feel like the clout is payment enough, because that's going to get them other people. But if you don't put a pin on the scamming and the lies that they're doing to people, if you don't do that, they're going to do this to somebody else. His friend was hoping to be heard. Can y'all imagine sitting in a box for almost a year, and then you get someone to facilitate the payment? And Devin already had revelations, and he was right. Sometimes you can feel it. This is a man that was supposed to help somebody else, who on his website says that he's empathetic, he understands,
Right.
and he's going to fight for you no matter the cause. He lied. People like that I don't trust. He doesn't have a lot of reviews either. And when someone has like 3 reviews and it's a 5-star, I question that. I need to see 5-star from like 100 people to
And
believe that,
and
because
I was
nobody's
looking for a
perfect.
Google. I was really looking for a Google. That's what I
No,
was
I
gonna
don't
go
even see a
post a
Google
review on.
review. I looked all over. But what I did see what was on the Texas bar. And when I know that an
Mm.
attorney has been sanctioned, that is bad for business.
Oh yeah,
And
terrible.
again, we're talking 2017. That wasn't 10 years ago, guys. It wasn't too long ago. So when someone comes with a background like that, and then Devin tells you what he just did to his friend on the day of the hearing, when you're going to an arraignment, that's an important meeting,
Yeah.
because you're telling the judge if you're going to plead guilty or not guilty. So when your attorney shows up late and it's so bad that they got to move it to another date, that would have been all I needed to know. But when you're using someone who's saying, hey, it's free, people, they tend to say, okay, I give him another chance. And then he's late then on that day too. Again, I want to remind you guys that this is the person that's representing Rhoda. So before y'all think that Rhoda's going to just walk out, you might want to think again. Just because he's black, again, it doesn't mean he has your back. And someone said that's a bar. I've been saying that for a very long time. It's just another way of saying all skin folk and kinfolk. So, Devin, I want to say thank you. And if you can send me any information on your friend who's sitting in there, send me his information, and I want to see what we can do. I'm hoping if I share this, someone in Texas can definitely help you. Like I said, Texas is a no BS state. And at the end of the day, what happened to his friend, it shouldn't have happened. If
Right.
Mr. Brooker didn't want to take the case, he knew on Monday he didn't want to take the case.
Right.
See, I don't like when people drag shit out. Oh, I didn't mean to cuss. When they drag stuff out and they do it on purpose because they already know the outcome. You just don't know the outcome. And in Brooker's eyes, he's sitting in jail. He's going to be sitting there anyway. He's been in there since May. We can't
Yeah.
think like that about our people. If you cannot do the job, tell them ahead of time. Because then Devin could have went through other options. But you
Yeah.
don't tell people on the day your hearing is supposed to happen. That is jacked up. And nobody like that would get credit in my book. So,
Mm-mm.
Devin, I want to say thank you, man. Did you want to say anything else?
Yeah, sure. I do appreciate you, exposing that. I know your involvement with this case is kind of like different, but the fact that you did take the time to highlight the unprofessionalism going on, and the ethics issues, that definitely, I think you're helping me to do what I accomplished to do, which was I wanted to do, which was to warn people and bring awareness. I don't think school definitely doesn't prepare us, but life doesn't really prepare us for our dealings with the legal system. And so by the time it's upon us, we are in such like you said, a vulnerable position, whether you're in jail or not. And so the more information we have about how attorneys operate, and what we should expect of them, the better we can be about actually doing business with the attorneys who are truly looking out for our best interest. And that will really just help us all as a society to facilitate like just conflict resolution, and really have our rights be honored here.
Thank you, thank you. And again, I will send you my email through Facebook, and you can send me that. At the end of the day, what happened to your friend again shouldn't have happened. There's somebody in the comments that said, "What kind of lawyer does your friend need, Devin?"
Uh, well, he would need I guess, criminal.
Criminal, criminal. Okay.
Yeah.
Goddess
So,
Bella, he said
and more,
criminal.
and financial. It probably has to do more with the financial situation.
And you didn't give him
Um,
any money, right? Mr. Brooker never got a dime, right?
thankfully, no, we did not.
That scares me
So
because I'm wondering if you would have gave him at least a little bit of the money. Of would he have refunded you that money back? I don't think he would have.
it would have been not a
It would have
fun
been a problem.
process
Oh
to
yeah,
try to,
if
right.
you had
So
given him money today, if you had given him
yeah,
money and you're telling me he didn't want to pay it back, oh, you would have got it back. We would have went viral with that. So I'm glad that your friend did not give him any money, and I'm sorry that your friend is sitting in there. I know that is something personal. You don't have to tell me directly,
right.
but Goddess Bella, how can she reach out to you, Devin? If she, do you want her to reach out to me, and then I can reach out to you on Facebook?
Yeah, I can do that.
Okay,
Yeah.
so if anybody knows a criminal attorney in Texas that can, for someone who doesn't have a lot of money, guys, we don't want him being used. We don't want him being played with. This is his life. But if someone knows someone that can actually work with him and work with the payment plan, please reach out to me, and then I'll relay that back to Devin. Okay. Okay, Devin, is that cool with you?
That's fine. Thank you so much.
Devin, thank you so much, man. Because I know when I saw your post, I saw that people were sharing it, but they weren't sharing it big enough. And
Yeah.
I know his Facebook only has like 600 and something likes, which was weird too. He doesn't even have a big following. So
Yeah, it was
I'll,
pretty
I'll make
obscure.
sure my almost 90,000 followers on Facebook know about what he did. Okay. And I'm
Okay,
hoping that
great.
somebody that follows me will say, you know what? I'll take his case for free. That's what I'm hoping for. So hang in there, Devin. Tell your friend to hang in there. I'm praying for him. We all make mistakes in life, but it doesn't mean that we should hurt people when they're down. That's not right. I don't live by that. So we'll make sure that Mr. Brooker's past is brought out. Okay?
Well, yeah, just let the people know, and I appreciate y'all.
Okay,
Thank
have
you.
a good night, hun.
God bless.
So guys, that was important for me to let you guys hear because one thing about me, I don't I hate to see people go down. But when people keep doing it and keep doing it, eventually it's somebody's gonna say something, right? I want to remind you guys that if I really wanted the clout from this case, I could have done way more. I would have been doing interviews with every news station that reached out to me, but I didn't. So people can continue to call me any name they want. You can continue to make up lies. And again, guys, I don't run from anything that's going on in my life. Unfortunately, when I responded to attacks from other people in their state, they don't believe in giving you a court case to show your evidence. In some states, they'll just issue you a warrant. It does not mean you're guilty. It does not mean you're on the run, you're evading the police. They just want you to come in and get a court case. Anyone telling you that I'm on the run, they are inaccurate and they're trying to make it bigger than what it is. It's not even that big. It's just that there are some states where you will get a court case to explain, and then there are some states that need the money, so they want to give you a warrant. So you'll come in, they'll book you, then let you out and say, "Hey, here's your court date. Now you can go back to your state." So I want you to know that it's so low of a case that I'm gonna have an attorney represent me there where I don't have to be there, and I'm okay with that. And I'm not going to stop holding people accountable. Anyone can call what I do harassment because they don't want to face the truth. And that's okay. I'm okay with that. I'm learning a lot about the law. We all live in different states. Some states are just not on the game. That's how I feel. I don't think in majority states you can go to the police and say 3 weeks ago my life was in danger, and they say warrant, go get her. I don't know many states that would do that, but there are some states where you can tell them that something happened back in the day and they issue out a warrant. Really weird, but that's their law, and it's okay. But one thing I want you guys to know is that those same people that hate me also didn't like Rhoda. And now they're besties with Rhoda. Now they're Team Rhoda. Now they're hoping for Rhoda to get a slap on the wrist. I want to remind you guys that Rhoda was on probation for 2 assaults that were once at a felony level, but reduced to 2 misdemeanors. I want to remind you guys that before that, she ran into a wall because she was driving under the influence. She had alcohol and marijuana in her system, and nobody cared about her son then. Or what about when she gave the police the wrong name? What about when she was loud and angry in public? I need you guys to understand when someone has gotten away with like 15 things that are documented on a public record, at what point do you think they should be held accountable? At 20? At 30? You can say what you want about me, but one thing you cannot say about me is that I have a criminal record. Find it. Show me anything that relates to what you're saying out loud about me. You won't. You will never find a harassment charge, cyberbullying, drinking, fraud, stealing, scamming. And what makes me mad is that there's another content creator out here that's calling me a narcissist, and this person doesn't even know me. But I allowed this person to do my show. And when I allowed this person to do my show, her husband came on the show and started threatening people. He even threatened Jay Lethal. And y'all remember Jay Lethal is also facing serious charges. Jay Lethal also has a felony indictment. He has court again on April the 26th. I want to remind you guys that Jay Lethal choked the mother of his child and almost killed her. He almost choked her to death. He even stood behind her and put his knee in her back to choke her. And my same haters that hate me was supporting Jay Lethal when he said, I sent Daphne information. I'm the reason. There's like 10 people out there that's claiming that they're the reason behind Roda, but none of them were mentioned by the detectives. I want to remind you guys that I was working with one of the detectives where I was giving her information. And then she stopped talking to me because it was getting a little too thick. And then I started talking to her boss, the sergeant. I want to remind you that a sergeant is above a detective. Don't get it twisted. Me and the sergeant had each other's cell phone numbers. And people thought that was fake, even when I showed them the evidence, right? I don't need anyone to say. So when anyone says, I was working with the detectives too, I was over that person. I was working with the sergeant who's over that detective. So we're not the same, baby. And now those same people saying they helped solve the case are saying that I was tampering with the case. I want to remind you guys that Texas is a no bull, no BS state. So at any time, if I was interfering with Rhoda's case, that sergeant would have told me, Daphne, we need you to now stand down. I'm going to be honest with you. That sergeant asked me to remove a couple videos that I had already put out there. And I did that for him. And I have that. I have the proof of that. So he saw everything I was putting out there already. He saw it. And when he asked me to remove that content, I removed it. So if I was doing anything unethical, tampering, making up stuff, he would have told me to stand down. So to those people who think they're doing something by trying to get it out, she has a warrant. That's getting kind of old because I'm not going out there. Someone's going to do it for me. That's how little the case is. One thing they can't send you is a court case. Tell them to show you a court case. A police report ain't gonna do it. Anybody in the nation can file a police report. I can say that the Sun looked at me wrong on a police report and they're still write the shit. That's how easy it is to do a police report. So please don't get it twisted, guys. People are gonna hate me to the end. That's how it goes. But one thing you can't do is discredit me. I don't care what I said to you. That does not take away what I did on this case. And if Rhoda Osman is listening, I would be worried because you want an attorney that's going to at least try to get you less time. And anytime an attorney shows up twice late, that's a sign that they're not professional. You got to learn the difference between professional and unprofessional. This attorney did Devin's friend wrong. The man's been sitting in jail for almost a year and thought that on Thursday he was going to get a chance to be heard as a man because this black man had his back. But guess what? It didn't happen like that. And I'm not trying to rhyme, but I guess it's happening this time. Oh, I'm on point with my rhymes. I need to do rapping now. Just playing. But I need you guys to understand that this man thought that he was going to get a chance to be heard. And instead, he's still sitting in that cell. And y'all mean to tell me that he's going to help Rhoda get off? Do y'all really believe that? At the end of the day, I don't care what people say. We know what the facts are. This attorney is not so good. So we got to stop thinking because they look like us, they're going to go hard for us. A lot of these attorneys just want the attention. They want the attention that comes with taking a case, even though they know the person is guilty. Whenever they enter a felony indictment on you, it is not good. They're not looking for probation. You were already on probation. Texas law, when you violate probation, two misdemeanors too, you're going to get automatic jail time. And if anybody lives in Texas, please quote me if I'm wrong. If I'm on probation for two misdemeanor charges of assault and I violate it, do they tell me, here's a cheeseburger? We'll extend your probation longer? It's okay? Don't you go to jail? Don't you get some time? Or do they let you walk? Anyone know the law? Can someone help me with that? Because we already know. We already know what happens, right? Hey, Devin, did you want to talk some more, Devin? I'm sorry, I thought I kicked you off.
Yeah, I thought I was off too.
It didn't.
Uh,
Okay, I thought I removed you from it. It looks like you came back. Did you have anything else to say?
I mean, what? So we just met. So like, what is your How long have you been doing this podcast? I'm just curious.
No, my podcast. I've been doing my shows for about 2 years, but online they call me the queen of accountability. I've been doing that
Ooh.
for 9 years. So what I
Okay.
do is if I see something that isn't right, I call it out.
All right. Well, I mean, there's if that's what you do, I can definitely. Are you in the Houston area?
No, I'm not. I'm in Illinois actually.
Oh wow. Okay. Yeah. This is in the
See? Oh
Houston
yeah, I
area.
do it from Illinois. And you said you are in Houston, correct?
Hmm.
Can I ask you a question? If somebody is on probation in Houston, let's say for two misdemeanor assaults, if they violate it, do they get a slap on the wrist in Texas?
I mean,
And let's say that they have priors. They have priors already. This is not like, them doing it and they've never done anything bad in their life. They have priors. In Texas, do they get arrested? Do they get held accountable? Or do they say it's okay, we'll just extend your probation?
see that I really can't answer to that. I do know that the more charges you have against you, the less lenient they're gonna be.
There we
Uh,
go. Well, that works for
so
me. That
yeah,
works for me. I
you
mean,
know.
because I know there's a such thing as probation violation, and when you violate it, you are held accountable.
Oh
So
yeah. Well, I
if,
mean,
if
if
we
it's on
know the
top of.
law, I know out here in Illinois, you're on probation for two misdemeanors and you violate it, you go to jail. And then you got to face the judge and tell the judge why you violated. They're either going to lock you up or they're going to give you another chance, but it all depends on the judge. So what I'm saying is this guy that's representing this woman, Mr. Brooker, he knows about this woman's past and it doesn't look good. And I think he's only representing her for the clout. So, and I think with your friend, he knew already he wasn't going to take the case. It just sounded good at the beginning, making you guys think he was going to help you. And when I went to his website, he talked so highly of what he does for people. And I saw those little two reviews. He's perfect. He got me off. Oh, he's wonderful. It doesn't sit right with me. Someone that's been in law for that long, I thought they would have at least 10 reviews that I can
Mm,
find online. And if I see 10 reviews and they're all 5-star, that's a red flag for me too because nobody is that perfect. No one.
yeah.
And when I see him being late twice for this woman's case, that right there will automatically get you off my team. So unless it's free, if it's free, you have to accept it. That's what comes with
Yeah.
free. That's why I think he's free. Because a lot of people, when they're not getting paid, they slack a little bit. They're not going to work as hard. I know I need to be on time, but I can be a little bit late. It ain't like she paid me, right? So I
Yeah.
think that's why he's doing that to her. She doesn't have a chance.
Have
You
you ever
know,
had an attorney before?
me. Yes, I
Yeah.
have. I have, yeah.
So you know how they nickel and dime you for every text, every email, every phone call.
Yes, yes,
So yeah,
yes,
if
very
they're
true.
looking at you like everything they do for you is 30 minutes at least, if they send you one text, says okay, that's a $20 text they sent you.
Yeah,
So
I
if they're
heard
doing
that.
it for free, I mean, how if they're used to milking thousands of dollars off of people for every single minute they put in at $250 an hour or $450 an hour.
Very true.
Yeah,
Very
I
true. I
mean,
mean, at the end of the day, it's just sad what I do. When I'm looking for an attorney, I always go to the reviews because I know people are going to be honest, but I read the cadence because you have some people that will say, can you just leave a review and say I was great? So when you see he was great, God is good, then I'm like, no, they lying. So at the end of the day, I don't expect to see all 5 stars because nobody is perfect. I don't care how perfect you are. You can go to your best restaurant in the world, and I guarantee you someone's gonna say the salad was nasty because that's their experience. So that's what I look for. So again, Devin, when he did to your friend, it just makes me mad. But I love for people to see who these people really are. Because what if there's someone right now, like your friend, relying on Mr. Brooker and they do it to him? Some
yeah,
people can't take that and they kill themselves. Like they say, you know what? No one's here for me. I'm gone. And I know with him being there almost a year, I know he's not happy. His mental health is probably crazy right now. Am I right?
He's a Christian man. He's holding it together, but yeah, it's not. It's it's suffering. I would say it's still suffering.
It's still suffering. And Christians, we might all be Christian, but at the end of the day, we're human. And I'm
Right.
telling you, if I was in a box, and I call it a box because I know he don't got no flat screen, a PS5. I know it ain't a vacation. So anytime you're in a
No.
box for almost a year, even if you believe in God, there's times where you start to hallucinate, you start to think, and then you're like, I'm never gonna get out of here. And then you panic. I've talked
Yeah.
to people who have done time and who have
Fair
sat
enough.
there, and it's not fun. It's not fun not knowing the outcome. I think that's the scariest thing. So if you know you cannot help somebody get off, and a lot of these attorneys don't take a case that they don't think they're going to win, or they don't take a case that they don't think they're going to get the money that they want or the attention that they want. So again, he might
Yeah.
have turned your case down, your friends, but he had no right, he had no problem representing this other person that we all know is guilty. So again, Devin, I'm sorry that you went through that, and I hope that I can help you in any way, okay?
Okay.
Okay.
Do you cover basically what's going on in all parts of the states?
No, I cover when people send me stuff like on TikTok or Facebook and it looks like a scam. That's when I start to cover it. I start to do my research to see if it's true. And if it's true, then I go ahead and I put the information out there. So I do it in any state.
Okay.
I've worked with Philadelphia, California, Texas, Florida, a lot of law enforcement all over the world. Yes, sir. Okay. So if you have other questions beyond this, just reach out to me on Facebook. Okay.
Okay. Sounds good. You have a
Okay.
good day.
You too. So, guys, like I said, I didn't want to hold you guys long. I'm sorry about doing this show at the last minute, but I just find it odd how a lot of people that used to profit off of Rhoda being guilty, they're now hoping that Rhoda gets a slap on the wrist. Now, let me tell you, we don't want to see anyone go down. But after speaking to my dad, he let me know that there are people in this world that they do improve themselves after they do some time in jail. It gives them time to think. It gives them time to be off social media. I want to remind you that she did the same scam in 2020 and got away with it. And it was $5,000. And then before that, she was getting into a lot of trouble. Every case that she got in trouble for, she got a misdemeanor and a slap on the wrist. No jail time. So, how many times do you think you're going to get a slap on the wrist? The difference is at this point, she was already on probation for 2 assaults. So again, Texas is not an easy state to live in. When you violate the law, they do not play games. They don't they don't keep giving you chances. Oh, it's okay. You have a son and we have to let you be that PhD student that you are. No, they don't care. And just because she has a black attorney doesn't mean he's going to help her walk free. Nobody is perfect in the criminal justice system. Okay? And even though Rhoda does have a trial where she allegedly might have to be going through Zoom, it doesn't mean that you can't be found guilty and then they send a paddy wagon to go and get you. Guys, she's on bail right now. I mean, she's out on bond right now. So at the end of the day, you can still be picked up. Doesn't matter. So just because they have a Zoom, it doesn't mean that they can't be found to be found guilty. All I'm trying to tell you guys is that this same man that did his friend Devin's friend wrong, he appeared twice on her behalf late, and then he has a questionable past. Any any lawyer or any attorney that has been sanctioned or they couldn't practice for a short period of time, a long period of time, that's a huge red flag. Mr. Brooker had to pay almost 4,000 for what he did to this person, whoever this person was. So at the end of the day, when you're gonna say that Rhoda's in good hands, do your research because you look very uneducated. And then I have to pull a you on you and say you need to do better research. Don't come for me. Because when I post things, I always come with receipts. And I find it funny because now people like to follow my cadence. I'm used to that. But guys, I want to let you know something. I know that I'm not the most liked person online. That's okay. But what's sad is when it's your own people. That's why I said just because they're black, it doesn't mean they got your back. I've seen other races band together. I've seen other races all live together and there's no arguments. But when it comes to the black community, we hate each other so much that we're jealous of them. I have people that are so jealous of me that they will do anything they can to try to make me look like I'm a bad person. And they're forgetting that I've been doing this for too long. So you can't take that from me, being a good person. You can't. Just because me and your experience wasn't good doesn't mean like I'm like that with everybody else. I'm only like that with fake people. When people are fake and I peep game, I block you and I keep it moving. I block people. And when people threaten to report my page, I will block you in a New York minute. Bye. Because I know already how many pages I'm on. So when people, something that I saw last year was an individual that's deeply obsessed with me. They went on my Facebook and they went back to the year of 2022. And they posted an interaction that I had with a Black woman online. But the interaction that they posted, it wasn't accurate because Facebook took some of the stuff off of my page. You know, Facebook used to flag certain comments, right? And it would go away. I don't even have to do it. They would do it for me. So this individual did a show and said that I was bullying the person. And then the person that said I blocked them, they said I blocked them because it was too hot in the kitchen. And that wasn't true. I blocked them because they threatened to report my page. And in 2022, I was on 6 Facebook bans. So half of the year, I was on a 30-day ban. And when you're on a Facebook ban, you can't go live, you can't like, you can't comment. The only thing you can do is inbox people. And Facebook will also ban all of your accounts linked to your Facebook. So those extra accounts, they will be banned too. So that individual not only threatened to hit me, but they threatened to take my page down. And that's why I blocked her. But before I blocked the person, I told them, aren't you on probation? Because this person was stalking and trying to hurt somebody. They had a criminal record. Their criminal record was public. But see, this person gave that woman grace and didn't show their record, right? But they don't mind showing Roda's record. Do you see what I'm saying? The hypocrites are out here. So they didn't want to show you guys what the woman did because then that would have made them look stupid for doing the video. Anybody that stalks and tries to harass and harm someone, they're not good. This person was actually charged with it and then came on to my Facebook saying they hope that my mouth matched my hands. They were already out on probation for what they just did to someone. 2 charges for that, right? And then when I told them I know about your past, don't make me call your PO. That's when they threatened to shut down my page. That's all it takes. So that's when I blocked the person. And then they went onto their page and had a whole conversation about me, which I don't care. But people tend to think that I block people because I'm scared. No. Whenever someone says they're going to report me, I do block you. On Instagram, I'm on Instagram number 3. So I'm definitely not going to let you stay open so you can go back and report old stuff that I said because Instagram, they have a weird algorithm where if you report something enough, they will take it down. And I'm on page number 3. So when you've created so many pages, you're walking on thin ice. So anyone that says they're going to report me, I block you. Not because I'm scared of you. It's because I don't want to lose everything I worked for again. Right? So again, I just want to let you guys know that the attacks that are on me are from my own people. And somebody told me something today. Imagine if all of these people came together. We would be a force. But see, unfortunately, when you create a lie and you want to be mad at someone because you're jealous of them, that gets more attention than coming together and saying, hey, let's take down bad people together. They can't do that. And that's why these people will never be on my level. They will never be even close. Right? Let me put this in the comments if anybody wants to comment before I wrap up. The reason why I wanted to do this show, guys, is because I let you guys know that Roda did appear in court on April 5th. And that was the outcome. She has another date in May 13th, I believe. So what I'm trying to tell you guys is that this is not going to be a Carly Russell where she gets a slap on the wrist because Carly Russell didn't have any priors. And even though I feel like she should have did some jail time, they felt like she didn't need to. It wasn't a pattern. But I'm just going to take a guess and say if Carly Russell had a pattern of doing this behavior, they probably would have gave her some time because she had the whole force looking for her ass. So all I'm telling you is that I don't believe Rhoda's going to walk free. She was already on probation. Rhoda has been arrested before and she was given a mugshot before, and I have the old one. She's been arrested before. This is nothing new for Rhoda. In the old mugshot picture, she looked a mess. And I want to remind you that I didn't clown her on her new mugshot. When you go and you get surgery and you get things done, hey, good surgeon, good doctor. But don't ever compare someone like that to someone that didn't lay on the table. Won't work. One thing I want my haters to know is that you will never be better than me with this kind of mindset. You need to create your own lane and quit speaking ahead when you don't know anything. There's a lot of people out there calling me names. And you know what? I forgot to tell y'all what I was going to tell y'all. That content creator that doesn't like me on YouTube, they were calling me a narcissist. But when I Googled their name and put fraud next to it, I saw over 16 YouTube videos of people saying that they were scammed by this content creator. And I'm not even going to say this person's name, but I'm going to warn you to leave me alone, because you too would have to bring your butt out to Cook County and explain to a judge why you can't shut the hell up. And you know your past, and you know the people in your lives, their past. What I find funny is that the people that are the loudest, yeah, Daphne makes fake book posts and all that. Y'all been saying that for years. And the loudest ones are the ones with the records and with the past. One thing that you won't see on YouTube is people saying I scammed them and that I moved from state to state after I scam people. And that's why I can't use my real name. Y'all know I use my real name because I have nothing to hide. Most people that hide behind a persona all the time and they're never genuine and real, that's because they got something to hide. And I just thought it was funny how I looked at some things that this person was saying about me, and I never said anything negative about them. And when I brought them onto my show, the whole comment section said, no, don't bring them on. They're crazy. They're scammers. That just tells you that I didn't dox them. I don't dox everybody. That's not what I do. I dox people that threaten me. I don't just dox people I meet. There's no reason for that. But I find it funny how when I did some research and I even looked on YouTube forums, this person's name was brought up a lot for scamming. And this person used to buy their subscribers and buy their views. And their YouTube got taken down and they had to start over again. And now they think they're hot shit because their YouTube is doing great. So I'm going to warn you, leave me alone and stop harassing me because I did nothing to you. You can call me a fake and say I make fake Facebook posts. Y'all see the bans I get in these groups. Y'all see the real things happening. That doesn't happen to fake posts. Y'all just mad that I won't show you the names. Because if I show them the names, say, hey, she has a police report here. And they're just going to use that. That's all they're wanting to do. They want me to expose everybody by showing their real information so that they have leverage on me. That won't happen. But one thing you're not going to do is call me a narcissist when you're a professional scammer. There's not one video on YouTube where someone says that Daphne scammed them. When you're scamming people and moving from state to state, you have no room to ever talk about me. Never. And I'm going to tell you to leave me alone because I've reached out to 5 of the people you scam. And the next video will be about you and how you're a professional scammer. So again, leave me alone. I keep telling these Black women, I don't want to see y'all get a public record for stalking people. That's weird. I don't understand why people can't just leave me alone. But it's easier for them to talk about me. At least I don't hide. At least I don't hide. Y'all know my real name. I don't hide from it. But you got these people that don't want to give you no parts of their life because they're hiding. So when you got people that hide like that calling me names, whoo, I figured just say that. All I'm saying is being known as a scammer is not a great look. And people that have said that you have harassed them since 2017, woo, I got some hot tea, some hot piping tea. And I'm not trying to be drama like that. But I'm not going to sit here and let these people continue to talk. And I just think it's funny how they forget what they did in the past. One thing you can't say about me is that I'm a fraud and that I scam people. Show me when I did that. You can't. So what I'm saying to you guys today is that y'all know what it is. You guys know who solved the case. You know who helped the police. And every time you hear something negative about me, just know that those people used to be fans. And that's just the world we live in. But one thing I want you guys to know is that if you ever want to do what I'm doing, just do it. There's no book that you need to read. Just do it. And I would encourage anybody to please do their research before you speak highly of someone, because it makes you look like an uneducated fool. Rhoda is not being represented by a great person that has a stellar record. No. Any attorney with just 2 reviews that are public, that is a red flag for me. Any attorney with only 600 likes on their Facebook channel, that is a red flag to me. You've been in this business for years, but there's only 2 reviews? That scares me. Would you have a lot if you're getting people off? Not guilty, not guilty? Come on, you guys. We know how it works. So, again, if you guys took anything from what I said, just because they're black, it doesn't mean they got your back. I've had many people that I thought would be cool because they looked like me, and they were the devil in disguise. They're straight devils that did not want to really help. They wanted to hurt. And if anybody thinks that Roda should get a slap on the wrist, I hope that no one does anything in your family, to your family members, because I'm sure that's the last thing you would want someone to say. I hope my family gets a slap on the wrist for doing something bad. You don't get that. We don't get to go through life breaking the law, and they're going to keep saying it's okay, baby. Eventually, they're going to lock your ass up. And I'm telling you now, I never tampered with any evidence. But I find it funny how those people saying that were the ones saying, I gave Daphne the information. It was me. Okay, so then you should be in trouble for tampering too, right, fool? I mean, guys, eventually we got to use those brains that God gave us. Think about what you say. You can't say that you gave me the information and now you're saying I effed up the case, but you gave me the information, right? Because you know they're lying. They were never honest. When that lie didn't work, they went for a new lie. I hope Rhoda gets light time. How could the queen of accountability encourage Rhoda to go to jail? Easy. Easy. When you break the law, you go to jail. It's easy. If someone stole from you, would you say, give them a slap on the wrist? It's okay. No, you would want them to go to jail. The same person that wants me to go to jail for harassment, right? But you don't want her to go to jail for felony fraud. Make it make sense, hypocrites. I'm sure that if you thought I was really harassing you and I really did that, you wouldn't want me to be free. I find it funny because someone even said, I hope Daphne and Rhoda are cellmates. That's how deep that they hate me. That's never going to happen. I didn't commit a felony. I have no charges. You can't find nothing on me. Maybe the speeding ticket from 2011, but you're not going to find a criminal case because I don't do those things. You think in 9 years, if I was a criminal, I'm sure someone would have already put me out there. I've never used a fake name. So at the end of the day, guys, I want you to know that I'm going to stay on this case because I'm on the case. So no one can tell me anything. It's now an obsession to my haters because they didn't get it first. But again, I was on it since September the 3rd. A lot of y'all came after. You were behind me. So I don't care how many quotes, how many videos, or how many things you put out there to your small, tiny following that you were the reason. People know the real reason. And if I really wanted the clout, I promise you I wouldn't have been on Facebook. I had almost 6,000 people on my Twitter listening in to my show. I would have went there, put my cash up in there and probably made some thousands, right? It's never about the money. It's about the message and it's the morals. At the end of the day, if Rhoda is given jail time, that's what she needed. At the end of the day, I don't care that she has a child. She had all those things before she was scamming too. And all that had to have come into play before she did it. So we have to stop feeling sorry for people who are repeatedly doing wrong. Because in life, you don't get a lot of chances. Some states are 3 strikes, you're out. So do you hate that state? I'm sure people still live there, but they know the law. Texas is not an easy place to live. It is not. And they take things like that, like felonies, very seriously. Especially when you were already on probation. Especially when you had 2 felonies that were reduced to 2 misdemeanors. Okay, guys, I'm putting the link in the comments. So I'm gonna let y'all talk. If anybody has anything they want to say, this is the time to say it. I'm about to wrap up. But guys, if anybody knows any criminal attorneys in Houston, I want to give that information to Devin for his friend. Okay? Because at the end of the day, If you want my advice on when you're seeking an attorney, when you look them up, I go to Google, I go to their Facebook, I go to their Instagram, I go to places where I can see what it looks like if I took their services, right? This man is not even verified by the BBB. And usually a professional establishment, they usually have the BBB, rating, because they're not scared to go through them. They're going to be honest. But most of your attorneys are not even going that route. And they will tell their couple of cases that they chose that they knew that were going to be good cases, that they were going to win. They would tell them, please leave a good review. So when I see 2 reviews in the years you've been practicing, that's a huge red flag for me. And I'm not telling you not to choose someone black. I'm just saying choose somebody that's going to help you. Because unfortunately, you have a lot of people that don't really care. I didn't even know that. Okay, Goddess Bella said you can buy off BBB too. I didn't know that. Hey, I didn't know that. See, we all learned something new. Goddess Bella, yeah, she is. She's a U.S. citizen. Yeah. Yep. Wait, you said my avatar is gone? Hold on. Hold on. Hold on. Can you guys see it now? I don't know what. I don't know why my avatar isn't showing up. But hey, I dropped the link in the comments. If anybody wants to say anything, I don't know why my avatar is doing this, y'all. I'm sorry. Y'all know how YouTube is. I don't know. I don't know why it's doing this. I guess YouTube is getting tired of me right now. Hold on. I tried to leave and come back, and it's still not showing. So hold on, guys. I changed the picture. Can y'all see it? I changed the picture. I don't know. Can you guys see it? We good? Can y'all see my new AV? Okay, cool. I don't know why it does that. I guess YouTube was like, I'm getting tired of y'all. But y'all listen. Um, I didn't want to hold you guys up. I just wanted this to be a quick show. And I wanted to just say, guys, like, look, before Rhoda, like I said before, I've been doing this. This is not new. Now, I haven't seen the Shade Room ever post somebody like this. That's new. The Shade Room made her who she was. I honestly feel if the Shade Room did not post Rhoda, she probably would have went under the radar. I honestly think that it would have been harder because that made her viral. That post got like 1 million likes. I want to remind you guys of what she did and how she separated the black women from the black men, because she literally said these black men stood there and did nothing. And everybody was attacking Olin like he did something, but he wasn't even found guilty yet. So what they're doing to Olin is what my haters are doing to me. I'm not guilty of anything. Allegations are not convictions. They're just allegations. She did this to me. She did that to me. He did that to me. Until it can be proven in a court of law, it's just an allegation. But we live in a world where if somebody said it happened, then that person's guilty. So again, being the queen of accountability, people couldn't wait to try to bring me down. And you'll notice that the 2 people that are really focused hard on trying to bring me down, they know each other. They work with each other. They have each other's back. So I wouldn't ever think that 2 people that know each other wouldn't have the same story. It's not hard to do. If me and my husband was to say that somebody said something to us, our story is going to match because we know each other. Of course, it's going to sound like a pattern, but we know each other. But if there was somebody in New York saying, Daphne did this to me, and somebody in Cali saying, Daphne did this to me, and those people didn't know each other, now it's a pattern. So I need y'all to understand that in 9 years, no one has ever taken me to court. Unfortunately, accountability now is viewed as harassment. And anyone can go down to a court and say their feelings are hurt and get it on paper and get an officer to write it up. Police reports cost no money. There's a such thing as a false police report, Remember, Rhoda had a police report too, and she lied. So if you guys really only go off of police reports, I feel bad for you. Just listen to that. Just because there's a police report with my name on it doesn't mean I did anything that's said on the police report. Because if you're saying that that is true, then we have to say Rhoda's police report was true and that all this stuff is a lie. Make it make sense. I can get a police report right now and say somebody threw a raisin at my forehead and I fell to the ground and I was unconscious for 10 minutes. Even though it sounds bogus, they've still got to write it up. That's the law. The police are going to write whatever you tell them to write. Doesn't make it true. Y'all feel what I'm saying today? So, guys, listen. Anything you're hearing about me, it's an allegation. I can honestly tell you as of today, I don't have a criminal record, no convictions, no charges. There is not even a court case against me for this person that's saying that I threatened them at all. And when my attorney represents me in that state and shows my 100 and some pages, the justice system will prevail. And they will see that it was all for clout. Whenever someone learns to social media to talk about an individual, that's what the goal is, to get people to hear it. And you'll see that these people only go to one place, the place where Daphne couldn't block them. They won't post it on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, because they know they're blocked there. But YouTube don't let you block. And just like I could see their videos, they can see mine. So they use that as a catalyst to post all the stuff that they don't like about me there, but nowhere else. You got to start using your head, people. And it's okay. I'm not mad. I remember there was a time where I was like, should I keep responding? No, because then they can keep going down to the police and saying, I'm scared, and then continue to bother the police until they upgrade it to a felony. So I just decided to be quiet. Once somebody shows me what they are about, I'm not going to keep trying to paint a different picture. But I want you to know that whenever I do feel attacked, I am going to respond. So don't sit there and throw rocks and then hide. Because at the end of the day, the last thing I would want to be known for is going to the police for some stuff that I started. That is hella weird. If I started to attack somebody and then they responded and I ran to the cops, the last thing I want to do is let everybody know that I ran to the cops. They're looking, but they're thinking like, whew, that's kind of weird. Didn't you start it? Didn't you start this fire? So why are you mad that it's spreading? Y'all feel what I'm saying? When it comes to Black people, Black women per se, they don't like accountability. And Rhoda was proof of that. And many of my haters are proof of that. Whenever you hold them accountable, you're called a fraud, narcissist, evil, all these names. But when they were cool with you, you were their friend. They supported you. They talked highly of you. So when I tell people is, watch how people act out when you fall out. That tells you all you need to know. If anything, people got to see the real person. So I know if I'm cool with that person and I tell them something personal and we fall out, the whole YouTube planet is going to know about it. Those are not the people you want to be around. When people are recording your conversations on day one, that should tell you the motive there. So before you call me a fraud, you gotta analyze your own actions. Anybody that's recording me when we're on talking terms tells me that you have a motive, but yet I'm the fraud. It doesn't work like that. When you're willing to commit a felony just to try to get information out of me, that's kind of weird. But I want you guys to know one thing. One thing, they won't take me down. You will never take me down because what's for me, you can't take from me. You can keep trying. One thing that Shannon Sharp said, I love when my haters talk about me because they're talking about me. My dad and my mom taught me that if you don't deal with someone, stop talking about them. But whenever someone has to keep you in their thoughts, that means that they have an obsession with you. They like you. They love you. You're the center of their life. I should be thankful for that because for someone to hate me, you really got a lot to say about me. So that means you actually love me, and it's okay. But one thing we're going to notice with this case, with Rhoda, I'm not staying off it. Whenever there's an update, you guys will be updated. You got people so jealous, they even gave people the case number. Here, you guys can follow the case too, because they didn't want me to be the first one breaking the news. I don't care what you do. It does not take away that my name is on the charging document. I don't care what you do. Your name isn't there. Mine is. Deal with it. Because at the end of the day, the sergeant felt like the information I gave was good enough for me to be on the documents. I didn't tell them to put my name there. They put it there because of my work. And my work started on September the 3rd. Where were you guys at that gave me the information on September the 3rd? What about the 4th, the 5th, the 6th, the 7th, the 8th? You ain't got nothing because you ain't gave me nothing. So stop. Stop. And those same people that hate me, they were in my emails way back in August wanting me to know that they exist. So at the end of the day, there's still stuff I haven't even told y'all, but I'm holding on to it for a reason. So I just want to say thank you guys for attending. Again, I am going to put the link where you can find this information because I actually did my research. And anybody that's going through a legal matter, just do your research. Don't be so gullible that you take the first person that says, I will fight for you. Your case matters. Because, guys, I've been in that boat before where I needed a criminal attorney because I said some things that weren't right. As the accountability queen, even if it was worth saying at the time, that would have gotten me in trouble. But usually when someone's doing something bad to you, you don't know what to do in the moment, so you say whatever's on your mind. My attorney told me this is all I'm going to charge you. One flat fee. Bam. I paid it. And he did exactly what he said he was going to do. He told me, come comfortable, because this is going to be one of the quickest cases. He did not lie, but that was back in the day. And I want to tell you guys, you got to be careful because people will do wrong. And then when you respond to their wrongdoings, you all of a sudden become the villain. I'm okay with that. I'm used to that. They even try to hold that over your head. I don't hide anything that I went through in my life. You won't find that case because it's been purged. But I want you to know that a Black woman tried to take me down by sharing things that I sent her. And this was an older woman. So as you can see, older women, I don't know what's going on. Something in the water. But they don't know how to be professional. They don't know how to be ethical. Whenever you make them mad, they show their true colors. And again, I'm never going to hide for what I said to this person. And I meant every word. I was literally going to beat the hell out of this woman because she shared pictures of me. Now, if this was now, she would be facing a felony charge. That's the crazy thing. And she could say I threatened to whoop her ass, but the judge would have said, you are not a victim. Why did she threaten to whoop your ass? I don't know. So it's not these pictures that you sent? So again, at the end of the day, women do this all the time. And then 9 years later, I'm in the same boat. Someone attacks me, I respond, and they run. So guys, I won before I can win again. It's not tough. If you're innocent, you're innocent, right? I just want y'all to know that I'm thankful for 21,000 subscribers. I promise you guys, it's going to get better. Shout out to Godfrey. I spoke to my boy Godfrey today, who's been doing very well. He'll be out here in the Shy in a couple months. I'm very happy to see my friend. There's people that they know who I am. So no matter what someone says about me, what matters is what I feel, right? I just hate that it's my own people that hate me this much. That's why they say with Blacks, it's crabs in a barrel. They want you to do good, just not better than them. And if you're doing better than them, they're going to find a way to bring you down. So my advice to any Black man and woman, if someone new comes into your life because you're doing something great, test them. I've tested a lot of people in my life, even people now. When me and individuals had fallen outs, I told them specific things. And I dated and timestamped when I told them these things. And then when we had fallen outs, they brought it up. That was the reason, to show that you can't be trusted. So those other people that said, this person will keep your secret, they will never be messy. I had to show them. I figured you'd say that. They just said this, and I told them this, and I was not being honest. I was setting them up. You got a lot of people that do that in the streets. Let's make sure he's not the cops. Shoot him in the foot. Now, you know, if you a cop, I can't do that. Breaking the law. Now they know that you are not who you say you are. You get tested everywhere in life. You do. So I might bring somebody in my circle and say, I don't like Jane Doe. She has a dehydrated wig on and she always smelling musty. And then I find out, Jane Doe finds out that I said that. I only said it to one person. Now you know who you can't trust. When it comes to females, they're harder to trust because they're emotional. So now when I am cool with a female, I put them to a test. And recently, I posted women in my life that are still in my life. All of them don't even know that they were put through a test and they passed. That's the way I get down now because I can't trust women. The age doesn't matter. It seems to me like they get more dumber with age. That's just the way I see it. But I will just tell other people, be careful who's in your circle. Everybody don't want to see you succeed. And my haters are going to be really mad at me in a few more months because there are people in my life that know that I'm a good person. They've seen my efforts. And because I don't post it on Instagram and Facebook, what I do doesn't mean I'm not doing it. I just don't care for the clout. Do y'all realize that on January 17th, I was approached by many news outlets. And when they found out that, when my husband's job found out that his wife was the reason, they all wanted a piece. And I guarantee you, you won't see me doing any shows. They were okay with audio, email, or something. I said, I'm good. Well, why? Why? Your name is on the charging documents. The detectives mentioned you by name. Daphne Sutton, Daphne Sutton. Why not? Because I didn't do it for the clout. If y'all still don't see what I'm doing, I don't know what to tell y'all. Do y'all realize how big I could have been? I didn't like being called a TikToker. Do you know I could have called them and said, fix it. This is who I am. Here's my YouTube. And I would have blew up overnight. Tell me I'm wrong. I didn't clout wave. I might have done a couple of YouTube shows, but none of them had 1 million subs. So I only did the show because those people supported me even during the brick case. They never doubted me. And when people are saying that Rhoda's friend solved the case, when I'm the one that gave the detective Rhoda's friend, you can't make this stuff up. If Rhoda's ex-friend actually cared about Rhoda, she wouldn't have repeated this scam. Her ex-friend would have held her accountable in 2020 when she blamed that 6'5" dude. She still had the evidence in her phone and did not get Rhoda in any trouble. So you weren't a friend. You were a fraud because true friends are going to say, hey, this ain't right. That's what friends do. You were never a friend. You were an acquaintance. And walking away from her doing a scam is not the same as holding her accountable. So let's not go there. And when this case broke out September the 3rd, the friend didn't come about until like a week later. So stop playing with me. Stop playing with me. I would have expected the friend to send the police that first GoFundMe, not me, but it was me. So at the end of the day, the charging document says that Daphne gave the detective Rhoda's ex-friend's number. That was me. So remember, I put that person on. That was me. So you can sit there and say it was all you, but you know, who came on my show? Rhoda's ex-friend and the ex-fiance. The ex-fiance didn't do anyone else's show but mine and stayed in contact with me. So at the end of the day, guys, my work speaks for itself. I don't need anyone's help. I never did. And anyone that was in my life that's no longer there, they sought me out. I promise you I didn't sought them out. They can't show you one inbox where I said, please, I need your small following to help me. I'm not doing so well. Come on, you guys, think about that. I don't need people's help. I do this already for the hell of it. I don't get paid for this. So again, guys, I just hope that y'all see the motive and that there's a lot of people in this world that are just not all together. But one thing I can say, Rhoda is not in good hands. When you're late twice and you have a background like this, that would scare me. Her life is in his hands. What he does determines the outcome. So when you're late, you're not serious. A judge won't take you seriously when you're late all the time. Attorneys should never be late. I can see the defendant being late, but not the attorney. You should be prompting 30 minutes ahead, already getting the paperwork and stuff ready to go. But the minute that if your client is beating you there, That's a problem. That's the way I learned. When I wanted to be a police officer and I wanted to be in the courts, I learned that you should never, if you're an officer, if you're sworn individual, you should never be late. It matters, especially in court. So, guys, if anything, I'm gonna put Mr. Brooker's information up here because I want you guys to see. Because you might hear that this man is wonderful, but he isn't. His reputation right now isn't great, and I don't think Rhoda knew this. Because I'm sure if anybody knew this, they wouldn't have taken him. They would have been scared. But usually, when people do it for free, you take what you get because you can't afford somebody good. You just heard Devin say that the guy wanted $6,000. So ain't no telling what he wanted from her. So it has to be free. Um, um thank you, Miracle. Miracle, thank you. Because a lot of people say I don't have integrity. But I remember when I was posting the updates about Rhoda, everybody said those recordings were a lie. They said that I had a random person answer the phone. They had that I got the music off of YouTube. You know, the Houston police music. You know, the little stuff when they put you on hold. I made all that up. They called me a liar all those months. And those people that said I stole from them, you'll see that during those times I was still posting about her, they were not. That should tell you all you need to know. I stayed on it. And then when I posted the video on Halloween where the sergeant said it wasn't a brick, it was a bottle, people said, now we know you made that call up. Ain't no way, because it even said brick on the police report. So it must be true. But what ended up happening? He said Rhoda was hit with a bottle. Guys, I had posted it October 31st. Where were those people that said I stole from them? They were still quiet. Silence of the lambs. They said nothing until January 17th. Now I'm a thief. But why wasn't I a thief on October 31st when I posted that video? Because, guys, they didn't help me with shit. It was all me. You might have been on my team giving me TikTok stuff, but that didn't solve the case. So again, at the end of the day, I want to thank everybody who stuck by me and everybody who's going to continue to stick with me, because I promise you, this YouTube is going to go a different direction. And I want to definitely be able to give you guys the best content. People have been saying everything is fraud for years, but those are the same people posting my interactions with people that I didn't cover their names on and joining forces with them. And y'all telling me that it's fake, right? How? Are these bans fake? When I'm put on Facebook bans, are those fake? When I was banned out of a group for 7 days, was that fake? How can you be banned for a fake post? Can somebody help me with that? I mean, maybe I'm not hip enough. Come on, you guys. Eventually, you got to use your head. These groups are private for a reason because they don't want it to be public. So when you're in a private group and someone posts something in a private group and you make it public and you show their information, they can report you for bullying because that icon is not the world icon. It's a group icon, a private group at that. That's not searchable. So you have to know your rules. Facebook is not the same. They will put you on a group ban for breaking that rule. A private group means it shouldn't be public. That's why I do not show their name, and I will never do that. But if they make it public, it's fair game. Please know your rules. And people that haven't been on 30-day bans, they wouldn't understand that. They just think I cover the names because it's fake. Right. Sometimes I even cover the picture because I don't want that person to get me in trouble. If I feel like they're the type, I cover everything. So at the end of the day, guys, I'm never going to please people. But one thing I want y'all to know is that I'm going to continue to bring you guys good content, and I'm going to be honest. I'm going to do better not cussing all the time, but I want you guys to know that I'm passionate about doing the right thing. And I'm never going to hide. That's not what I do. But if you really want to take me down, don't make up things about me to do that. It only shows how you are. And eventually, people are going to see that it isn't me, it's you. We got to do better. We really got to do better because I love people and I love to see people progress. Even Tiffany can be changed. And Tiffany's one of the worst cases I've ever come across. And she sounds like a whole different person after just 2 thorough sessions that I'm helping her pay for a few more sessions. She deserves it. And that woman was evil. But see, people will say that's fake because of the grace I gave her. No, it's only fake to you because I'm a good person. That's why it's fake to you. I'm not evil. I'm a good person. And I love my black people. I wish they did better. I wish y'all can create your own lane and leave me alone. I literally don't bother y'all. But they still want to mention me because they need me. They need me for content, right? Uh, yeah, a lot of people are not going to do any updates. But let me tell you, May, on May 13th, when she goes to court, if she takes a plea, it's still not going to be, you get to walk out of here free. There's going to be a punishment. I just don't know what the punishment is. But I'm telling you, Texas is very, very harsh, even on black women. If someone can correct me, I think Sandra Bland from Illinois was traveling to Texas where she died. Wasn't that Texas? Or am I wrong? Anyone know Sandra Bland that was from Illinois, a wonderful activist who spoke her mind? I believe she was driving in Texas, got pulled over, and died in her cell. They said she committed suicide, but we still don't believe that shit today. So when it comes to Texas, they don't care if you're a man or a woman. You will be held accountable. I love my black people too, and we got to do better. Yeah, Tyrone. I just had a conversation with my husband, and he said we would be so much better off if we worked together. We would be a force, but they can't do that. See, I'm not too big to talk to people. Somebody asked me to do somebody else's podcast that was smaller than mine. He reached out to me and I said, sure. How much? I said $0. What? Really? Yeah, I'm not that big. I'm not going to do that. And I did this person's show. And they were so thankful. I might have a big following, but it means nothing if you guys are not supporting. There's some pages that have more views than me. That happens. And they have less subs than me. How that works is if you have 2,000 videos, you better have more views than me. I don't even have 300 videos yet. So some of you smaller pages, please don't get too hype about having more views than I do because I don't have that many videos. But if I had, 3,000 videos, I better have like 5-6 million views. But I don't. That's why I'm trying to do more shows for you guys so I can fix it. But again, guys, YouTube isn't my favorite place to be because I'm already demonetized. I think they said I can try again in July. I don't care. Y'all know I don't care about these bans. I'm used to it. Demonetize me. I don't care. People keep reporting things that I post, and unfortunately, they win. So at the end of the day, if this page goes down, that's it. I ain't doing all this again. So I just want y'all to know that I'm going to keep doing what I do. If anybody has any questions, reach out. But I want y'all to know that if you were once against Roda and now you're Team Roda, you need to rethink yourself because that's fake behavior. That is a fraud. You can't say you're against her and that she's wrong and she's stealing. And now you're saying, I hope she gets off. All because you hate me? See, a lot of people want Roda to walk free because they hate me. And that's a really weird reason to say that when this person separated our race. Like black women hated black men for months. It was all over TikTok. You even had the Conscious Lee calling me all type of names. Then when the truth came out, he ran and blocked me everywhere. So again, you still got people believing Roda didn't do it. And then you have people that are so uneducated, they're saying Roda didn't even spend any of the GoFundMe money. Even though Roda admitted on her Instagram, they unfroze the money. So either Rhoda's lying or this person is lying. And they just want you to think that that's not what happened. Because according to them, they said she got some of the money. And let's not forget, she still received donations under the guise that she was assaulted by Olin for not giving up the digits. She received money by Cash App, PayPal, Venmo. It's fraud. So are you also going to say Rhoda never received the Cash App? Even if she got sent 50 cents, that's fraud. Fraud comes in many forms. So you have to understand that people don't know what they're talking about. Rhoda said, I received some of the money. So even if some of the money was 50 cents, it's still fraud, baby. We know she got some Cash App donations. We know she got some VIP. Okay, under the guise of being assaulted by Olin. That's how she got the money. It's still deception, baby. That's why you got to stay in your lane if you don't know the law. It wasn't just GoFundMe. But we all know she got some of that money. And let's say she didn't get none of the money. It's the fact that she lied and got people to donate. Those people didn't get their money back until this year. They could have gave her their last at that time, right? But they still didn't get the money to now. It's still fraud. If I create a GoFundMe and say that somebody flicked me in the forehead and I fell and hit a brick and I was in the hospital for 10 days and y'all gave me $100,000, my lie got me the money, whether I spend it or not. It's still a lie. Y'all feel what I'm saying today? Some people just don't know the law. So all I'm saying to you guys is, I hope that I gave y'all some information that was good. And I was gonna do a show tomorrow. I was gonna do the virginity episode. I'm just not feeling up to it, y'all. But I will be doing a show next week. Or, maybe we'll do one Wednesday and then the end of the week. But I am going to still do those shows. I just want to be able to talk to certain people that agreed to do them. Last time I was going to do a show with people, they flaked at the last minute because they were scared. So if you guys are going to be scared to do these shows, I'm not going to do them. There's no point. I don't need scary people. You're not on video. It's just your voice. So I don't know why people are so scared to tell their truth. But your truth could be helping somebody. That's all I'm saying. Tyrone said, I just want to say I respect the hell out of Daphne because you always defend black men. Yes, not just black men. I defend black women too. It's just that black women only find the negative in what I do. They don't find the positive. These same black women that are saying that I'm bad, I don't see them doing the things I do for black women. I guess I need to make it more viral, right? But unfortunately, I don't think it's right to tell people that you help them with diapers or help them with formula, Infamil, to get some baby wipes. I don't think it's right to talk about people at their lowest point. So you're not going to see it on Facebook unless they talk about it. If they don't talk about it, I'm not going to because I didn't do it for the clout. But people keep thinking that I do things for money. Well, show me the money that I'm getting off of that. All I want to do is empower people, just like with helping people with school. I think it's sad that my haters hate me so much. They're telling people to come into my inbox just to lie to me and waste my time. Black people doing that. We got to do better, you guys. It's sad. You got these other races laughing at us because we can't get along. Because we can't, be good at what we do and support somebody else who does it. Instead, I want to be where you are, so I'm going to lie. I'm going to make you think I'm cool with you to see if I can get anything out of you. And then if I can't, I'm going to create something that isn't there. That's the world we live in, y'all. I'm just telling my day ones. Y'all know my reputation. Egypt Sherrod said she was going to sue me because I called out her BS too. And this woman is a millionaire who's more rich and has more followers than Rhoda Osman. And when I told that woman to go ahead and sue me, because I knew I was telling the truth, she apologized to me because she was wrong. So again, I don't know. Rhoda ain't no millionaire, but this woman was, and I'm sure she could have sued me if I was wrong, but I wasn't. I'm not Tasha K. So again, when I put out receipts, that's what it is, the truth. So if a celebrity didn't sue me, then I think I'm doing okay. I'm just looking at y'all comments real quick before I wrap up. It was Texas, but if accountability is accountability, the beautiful Miss Bland should have just cooperated. We can't be out here all loud and disruptive and fall victim. So Goddess Bella, Sandra Bland, him pulling her over, that Texas trooper was also, he was rude too. And typically when someone white pulls over someone black, they all automatically think that we're loud and aggressive and mean. And that's just our tone. We're loud. So I still don't think that warranted her being locked up. And then all of a sudden, they're saying she killed herself. And then when you look at the mugshot, the front mugshot looks like she was already dead. Then when you look at the side mugshot, it's so black you don't even know it's her. So Goddess Bella, I still think there's that something was done to Miss Bland. And I did my research, and I've never seen a mugshot where the front one is clear and the second one is so black you can't even tell if the person was alive or dead. I don't care if Sandra Bland said, "You white pig smelling cop." It still didn't warrant her being dead in herself. She was an advocate for black men and women. And I'm always going to ride for those type of people. That's like saying I deserve to die because someone pulled me over for a small traffic infraction. That could have been, a warning. That cop wanted to show that he had more power than her. And he knew she wasn't from Texas. So when they see you coming into Texas and you're not from there, they treat you differently because you don't belong in their eyes. So at the end of the day, if anybody Googles Sandra Bland's mugshot, you tell me why one of them is clear and the other one is so black. You don't even know if that was a woman. And then if you look at the front, the first picture, it looks like she was laying on the floor, like she was already dead. So yeah, that's a case that's never going to sit right with me. Never. Accountability, my ass. Excuse my language, Goddess, but yeah, that black woman didn't deserve to die. And I don't think she killed herself. She was very strong and opinionated. And sometimes when you're coming into someone else's state, they think that you're going to bring that there. Y'all feel what I'm saying? So if anybody knows anything about the case, do your research. And I'm not disrespecting you, Goddess. I'm just saying you're wrong there. She didn't deserve to die. And her family is from Illinois. So you got to be careful what you say, too. Because her story was very sad. I've seen mugshots in my life, and they both had the same light, the same everything. But for some reason, her second mugshot, you can't even tell she was alive. And that case still bothers me. Just like the woman out of Rosemont, Illinois. I forgot her name. The girl that went into the ice box. I don't think that she did that on her own. Think that she was killed too. So there's a lot of cases that just don't sit well. And we can't say it's their fault. So at the end of the day, guys, I just want you to do your research. That's all I'm saying. And then when in May, when her case comes up, Roda's, I'll keep you guys updated. Andrew, Andrew. All I'm saying is that Andrew said that I hope she's fully held accountable. Listen, if Rhoda's given jail time, I honestly think that's going to change these women who create these GoFundMes and they lie. Now, I want to remind you, GoFundMe's being a little bit more strict now when you create a campaign to prove that it's the truth. So Rhoda, thank Rhoda for that too. Like I said, at the end of the day, this case also allows them to be a little bit tougher, to look out for different things, right? So at the end of the day, this Rhoda case, it not only helped bring truth to light, but it's also allowing us to see that women won't get away with this like Carly did. Thank you, Tyrone. Kanika Jenkins. Thank you. Thank you, Tyrone. You the bomb, Tyrone. Kanika, Superstar said it too. Thank you, Superstar. Yeah, Kanika Jenkins. They said that she walked into a freezer and killed herself, froze to death. And I'm just not buying that story. Drunk or not, I'm not buying that story. I'm just not. That's just my opinion. Just like Kendrick. I think his name was Kendrick, the black man that was rolled up in the gym mat. And they said there was parts of the footage that were wiped out. They said he rolled himself into a gym mat and killed himself. But when they found his body, his organs weren't in there. So there's a lot of cases I'm not cool with that I would never believe. So guys, at the end of the day, I just want y'all to know that I'm going to stay on this case because that's what I do. I want to see this case through. That way, the next time someone does this, they'll know it's not going to be a walk in the park. And I'm asking you guys to stop believing people because they said it. People can say I threatened them. People can say that I slapped them. It's all called allegations. You shouldn't believe allegations. You should believe convictions. That's the way I live my life. Anyone can say you did something to him. That woman said that Emmett Till whistled at her and tried to have sex with her. And what did they do to Emmett Till? They went to his house and took him out of his own house with his family and they were still asleep. siblings in there too. And they murdered him because she said it happened. So don't Emmett Till me. Don't believe someone that's loud because they said it happened. I have not been convicted and charged of not a damn thing. It's just somebody bumping their mouth and saying this is what happened. But what matters is what they can prove. That's the way the law works. When Rhoda said she was hit with a brick, y'all ran with it. And y'all harassed that man and threatened that man. And now y'all silence of the lambs. Now y'all team Rhoda. Make it make sense. You can't have it both ways. But one thing you can't say about me is that me and Rhoda are on the same level. We're not. I've never been arrested for the things she has. Never been arrested. Never served jail time. So how can you say you hope that I go to jail with her? For what? What fraud did I commit? What scam did I commit? You won't find it. So stop. Sometimes we have to check our own households. Because when people were talking about GoFundMe, I know a lot about GoFundMes. And a lot of people that don't like me, they forgot who created GoFundMes in their life when they needed money. And they could have went other ways around it too. So again, I have spared a lot of people who talked about me. One thing about GoFundMe is you can look up somebody's name and bam, you'll see a GoFundMe. And you're like, wow, how do you talk about it? But, you know, sometimes we got to remember who in our life needed that GoFundMe. And they might not have raised a lot of money, but they created it under the guise of needing money when they could have got a job and did other things to make that money. So you got to be careful who you are talking about too, because those skeletons, they in that closet. And I go back on people. So at the end of the day, guys, we got to be careful who we talk about and remember what we did or what we have, right? So with that being said, guys, thank you for listening today. I will put the information on my community tab. I hope that I was able to help y'all with something today. And just know that just because they're black, it does not mean they got your back. That is my little thing. And I'm going to make that into a shirt because I've said that a lot. It's just like saying all skin folk ain't kinfolk, right? But I learned in life that just because they are my skin color don't mean that they're going to support me. They're they just want to be a part of my team so they can hurt me. Unfortunately, that's what black people feel like they have to do when they're losing. They want someone to be down there with them because they're suffering. But I want to show you guys, I'll tell you guys something. The people that are talking about me always look at their following. Always look at what they post. Look at how they move and ask yourself, does this sound like a hater or someone that's actually telling the truth? The truth will set you free. But when you lie, the shit ain't gonna fly. Y'all feel what I'm saying? If you really want to grow your YouTube page, post the truth. Because every time you lie, you're gonna be that person that's every 9 months saying thank you for 1,000 more subs. Every 9 months. Thank you again. And while you're doing that every month, I'm saying thank you for another 1,000. I'm at 21,000. I was at 9,000 going on 10 when I started this Roda train. So clearly somebody believes in what I'm saying. Who else can say that they went up that many subs by telling the truth? Hey,
For
Chaos
real.
friend. Hey,
I,
Chaos. Did you want to say something
I
before I wrap up?
yes.
Okay.
If you're having issues, like I said, there are many other outlets. Did you create a Rumble page by any
I do.
chance?
I do have a
Okay.
Rumble page, but I don't like
Okay. Good.
Rumble. So what else?
I know a lot of people don't like, and I've heard about. I created one right now, and I did the content on it on the person that runs it, and like I said, I look at many outlets to really mess around. You know what I'm saying, not saying I want to just ban the ones I'm going older. I like to spread myself out, like any content creator. Unfortunately, you know. So
Mm-hmm.
when you do content like this, we all know celebrity. It's gonna be problematic. Certain entities that have fallen, particularly as women, they're going to protect a little bit more. They're doing some effed up stuff because it's in the best interest. Because let's be honest, Larry, women spend money, and if they feel discouraged when they're trying to do criminal acts like scamming people or creating propaganda against the opposite sex, wherever they're trying to do, it's all intention that they get the eyeballs, they get the money, and we'll keep messing around with the page. If they find some people that's holding them accountable, They're gonna say, I can't mess with this website. That's someone's home account. They'll go find a home store. I say, oh, no, 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 no. Don't go nowhere.
Well, yeah, I'm sure. But what I want people to know is that
Mhm.
Twitter is where I'm seeing the most support. And I'm gonna be honest. Twitter,
Okay.
I just hit 18,000 followers on Twitter. When I did a Roda show back in January, almost 6,000 people listened in. From Tariq Nasheed to I think his name is Boyce. Is it Boyce? I forgot
You
his
made
last.
6K. Listen, like a podcast when they like the
It's called a
what do you call
Twitter
it?
space. Someone told me, Daphne, you'll get more support on Twitter than YouTube. And they were right. I don't know anyone
What?
that can say that they did a Twitter space and they had 5.5 thousand listeners on that show. It was the most people that I've ever had. I think I did a Twitter space like years ago and it was like 50 people. But I had almost 6,000. You see these celebrities doing a space with those kind of numbers. So people love me that
Interesting.
much on Twitter. And I have many celebrities following me on Twitter. That's why I like Twitter. I like it better. So
Oh, I did not know that.
I'm gonna be honest. I might do a, and I'm gonna show you this. I'm gonna do a space probably tomorrow night on what I did today on YouTube, and I guarantee you that the support's gonna be different. So I'm just saying, I took a picture of
Mm.
it. YouTube said, "Hey, this is the most you've ever had," and I want them to know that I had 5.5 thousand listeners, and I don't know many people that can do that. Some people don't even have 5.5 thousand subs, so they
Yeah.
wouldn't understand that. But I'm learning that Twitter is a really good avenue to be yourself. So anybody
Mm.
that's on Twitter, I'm celebrity on Twitter, just celebrity. The picture is it's of Kobe Bryant and his daughter. That's been my picture since he passed away. People keep
Okay.
saying, put your picture there, put your face there, and you'll get more subs. I've been getting a lot of subs with Kobe on it. Kobe's one of my
Mm.
favorite players. So yeah, that's gonna
Mm.
stay the picture. So stop asking me to change it. But yeah, go on Twitter and I'm gonna go there and do my shows there because I got a lot of people that are about like, the word.
Mm.
There's a lot of wonderful women.
Mm.
There's a lot of wonderful
Mm.
women like Harriet. I think her name is she goes by Harriet. You never heard of her on Twitter? She's verified. She's a big activist too. A lot of those people support me and they tell me keep going.
Is
I
it for
have
Harriet?
battle rappers that follow me. Sirius Jones. I have. It's just crazy on Twitter. They think I'm a celebrity. I'm like, y'all the celebrity. I ain't me. I'm just me. So I love Twitter better, and I love Instagram too. And make sure y'all follow Godfrey on Twitter. I mean on Instagram. He does have a new page. It's Godfrey Comic or is it Comic Godfrey? One of those. You'll find it. Go to his Godfrey podcast page and then he'll link you to the new page. But yeah, start following Godfrey's new page. There's a lot of great things happening for him too. So guys, look, I'm gonna start trademarking a lot of my stuff. Y'all got y'all. I be coming with some gems. I need to be rapping. I think I need to, accountability will be my rap name. I'm gonna make an album, okay? You
Mm.
said make those shirts. Look, I'm done with y'all black people though. Black people be the first ones saying, you make a shirt, I'm gonna buy it. When I had that At Your Wage shirt, there was like 800 likes on one of my comments when I said I'm gonna make a shirt, and I got like 40 orders. So y'all playing with me right now. Y'all wasting my time. Black people be the main ones. If you make it, I'll buy it. Then when you make the shirt, yeah, my rent was due. And I got y'all, we gotta do better. My shirt ain't that much money,
Yeah,
y'all.
I said, celebrity. I was gonna buy it this week, but I had some
You
things to
lied.
do.
No, you lied to me too. If you
You
don't
know,
buy a shirt, I don't need you in my life. I'm gonna cut you off too, Chaos. You close to it. I'm gonna cut you off.
yeah,
I need you to
yeah,
buy 5 shirts now. You're in debt. No, I'm just playing. Don't do that. I'm just
yeah,
playing.
yeah.
So, guys,
Yeah,
look,
they were making an excuse, say, I was gonna buy it, but nah, money was
that's
kind
what
of
black
hurt.
people do. My money was tight, girl. I had to get my nails done. My shirt costs less than your nails, and they last
So wait,
longer
wait,
than your nails.
so you tell say, oh, so you go visit Mrs. Chan to get your nails done, stay by the shirt? Wait, wait.
Yeah,
They say,
they're like,
oh,
you
so
know
Mrs.
what?
Chan money worth more than you.
They be like, Daphne, I had to pay my rent. Then I go on their Facebook and they in Cancun living it up. Y'all some crazy people.
God damn.
But and it's okay because look, I'm not mad when I get orders from people like that work in radio and that used to play football. Those are better than sitting on the regular people. But I do want to shout out those people that always buy my stuff, like Latea. She's not even on here. One of my moderators. She just
Mhm.
had a birthday. Happy belated birthday! I made her a special shirt that says she's a moderator too, y'all. It was funny, but she got the gist of the shirt, and I sent her something special. I love taking care of people that have my back. There's a lot of people that wanted me to support them, but they didn't even buy a shirt. So how you gonna tell me to promote your page and you ain't even buy a shirt? But my shirts, they no taxes and no shipping. I pay all that. So it's one
Mhm.
flat fee. And if you ain't got $30, then I'm sorry. But if I was to make the shirt 20, and you added taxes and shipping, it's going to be the same amount. I'm just making it easy for you. So at the
Mhm.
end of the day, y'all, I'm going to always do what I can do to help people. And I hope, like I said, I hope that, somebody took something good out of this instead of just the bars I was dropping. But, shout out to Devin. He only met me today. And when I saw his review on Mr. Brooker, it made me mad because he tried to help another man and let him down. And you're supposed to be a black man that's supposed to be helping people. You can't sit
Mhm.
there and have these quotes about helping people, but then you hurt somebody. I could just imagine me thinking I'm gonna be heard, and I get told that he's not even gonna be there for me. I would be hurt. Even the most
Mhm.
Christian men, they fall. They get on their knees and they go through a lot too. It's not fair.
Mhm.
So I'm just saying, don't sit there and take cases that you're not gonna help people with. That's not right. And one thing I learned about our own black people, when they know that you are like funerals, when you lose somebody in your life and you go to an all black funeral home, they know you're grieving. They use that to say, well, this is the best deal. You're getting the best deal on this casket. Nobody else got this price. And everybody do got that price. Some cheaper, but they want to play on your emotions. And we got to stop doing that to our own black people. We got to stop that. That is ugly. That's why people go to white. That's why our people be going to white people because they're like, well, they're not gonna cheat me. Black people always want to get by. You got people telling me, can you lower the price of your shirt? No. How much did you spend on them nails? 65. You could buy 2 shirts for that price. That lasts longer than them damn nails. Them nails are gonna start growing after like what 7 days. That shirt will still be there. So again, it's just say you can't afford it. Don't play with me. I just wish we were honest with each other, y'all. Because at the end of the day, I love sending free stuff to people. I really do. But everything ain't gonna always be free. I do want to let you guys know that I did purchase a PO box because a lot of my followers want to send me things, and I got to make sure y'all not sending me nothing crazy. So I do have a PO box that I would put on. I'm gonna put it on my YouTube, and I'm gonna put it on my website. That way, if you guys want to send me a card, send me a thought. If you guys want to send me a letter, be careful what you're sending me. You send me something crazy, it will be analyzed. So send me good stuff. Don't play. But I've had people asking me for my address so they can send me things, and I did buy a PO box. So I am now they say you're official when you get one of those. So I add that to my YouTube, and if y'all want to send me something cool. So at the end of the day, guys, look, I care about people and I want to see them do right. But you cannot go through life doing wrong thinking that you're not going to be stopped. You will be stopped. Sometimes the cops don't catch it. It's a civilian, Daphne Sutton. So at the end of the day, guys, I want to say thank you guys for everything you've done. Thank you to those who wish my mother a happy birthday. Anyone that still has both their parents, I'm gonna pray for you because you don't know the feeling of losing one. I noticed on my mom's post that a lot of you guys lost your parents too. If you guys are also going through a tough time, like I said, I want to create a group where we can talk about it. It's okay. I held on to the pain for many years and it almost killed me. So I will encourage anyone who's lost a parent, it's okay to talk about it. You got a lot of wonderful big pages who lost a parent. Go to Mediocre Tutorial and Reviews. He did a video on his wonderful father. So when I got him that pillow, it hit home because I know what he's going through. The difference is my mom was just younger. That's all. But I want y'all to know that losing a parent, it feels the same. It hurts. It's a void that will never be filled. So to anyone who still has their parents, don't use that as a catalyst to talk about someone that lost one because you never know when it's going to be you. You never know. You got to be careful what you put out there in the world. And you got to be careful who you talk about. If you know that your parents or your sisters or your siblings wear weaves and wigs and you're out there saying, I don't need one, well, your family does, you got to be careful what you're saying about people. I don't need makeup. You don't, but people in your family might. Or maybe you do, and you're just in denial. I had a woman tell me, I don't need makeup. And I said, well, you're married, right? No. Do you have kids? Yeah. So not wearing makeup didn't make you a wife. So maybe you should put some on. You see what I'm saying? Just because you don't need makeup don't mean that you're better than someone that does. Most people that say they don't need something, they ain't got nothing either. So you might need something. Put some lipstick on. All I'm saying, guys, is we gotta stop judging people and we gotta start looking at ourselves. That's all I'm saying. So at the end of the day, I'm not doing a show tomorrow. If I do, no, I'm not. No, because I didn't promote it like that. But the next show I am gonna do is the virginity episode. Anyone can be on this show. It's not about those who've never had sex. If you lost your virginity at an age you shouldn't have been, losing it at that age, I need to talk to you. Because a lot of people that lost their virginity, they were young. And it wasn't their friend from school. It was a grown-up. And we got to start addressing the elephant in the room, y'all. That ain't cool. And our young boys, we got to start protecting them. Because we think because they lost it at 15 that made them the man, because the woman was 50. No, that's sexual assault. We got to do better. So I want to start bringing awareness and doing it in a better way. Okay? Because that's how we get better. And then I want to start doing giveaways. I got some pages that want to work with me. Art of Kicks, a different perspective. We're putting together a giveaway. He has wonderful shirts and totes, and I have shirts too. I'm gonna be collaborating with bigger pages who want to work with me because they love what I do. So no matter what people say negatively about me, people look at who's saying it. Oh, okay, I see who's saying it. Gotcha. And they don't believe it because they know. But I want to say thank you to those pages who have known me for years before people like this entered their life. So they know who I am. And I just want to tell you guys, I care about everybody, and I hope that you guys all have a wonderful Saturday. Tomorrow is the big South Carolina versus Iowa. I'm going with South Carolina. Gotta go with them. Everybody's saying it's gonna be a white versus black, but look, I'm
Let's
a
go with the sisters
that's
always. And
look.
they say you hate black women. Come on, man. They
I
know
don't
better.
hate black women. I
Yeah.
am I'm a basketball player myself. Today, me and my
Are
husband
they
went to the game.
undefeated?
I am about listen, guys, I'm a female athlete. I played basketball all through my life. Now, the part that I'm still bitter about sometimes is being cut my senior year. Me and my coach didn't get along. She didn't like me because when my mother was sick, I was always taking time off and I was always late. And I didn't have nobody else that could have been there for my mom at that time. It was me and my brother who had to change, who played basketball. And my coach just held on to that. I played varsity basketball my sophomore and junior year. So if I was trash my junior year, I would have played on JV, right? My sophomore year, I would have played on JV. So, being cut, it made me mad. And I ended up playing against my coach a few years later and I tore her up. But I thank God that me and my coach, we worked it out. She apologized. She said, I cut you because I didn't like you. You thought you were big game, and I didn't think I was big game. I was just good at basketball. But she apologized for taking away my dream. I was being looked at by a lot of colleges, y'all. When I say I was pretty good at basketball, I was good. Defense was something that I loved. I won a lot of awards. A woman almost broke my nose because I didn't let her pass half court. So I love defense. And if anybody was scoring 30 points like Caitlin, I would have put the lockdown on her. She wouldn't have gotten those 30 points. My sophomore year, they had me stop a girl named Kelly Jeffers. She played for, I think the school was called Moon Valley in Arizona. And she was averaging like 25 points a game. Nobody could stop this girl. My coach put me on her, and I think she only had like 7 points that game. They didn't even care about her. They cared about Daphne. But I was still young. So what I'm saying is when I watch female basketball, it isn't like it was when I played. I actually played D. Caitlin wouldn't be scoring them threes on me like that. I'm on you. I'm stuck to you. I would have been a gnat in her life, right? So, but it's good watching female basketball. It really is. There's a lot of great talent there. So, Chaos, I hope you're watching it tomorrow. We got to support female but I want to let you ladies know, y'all are the main ones saying that women deserve higher pay. Y'all don't even go to the games. We outnumber
Can I ask you
men,
for a
yet
question?
what?
There was some buzz going around that Ice Cube was offering.
He did.
What's the name?
He sure,
Yeah,
Caitlin, he sure
offer like
did.
5 million.
That ain't
What?
buzz. He offered her that money. He did. $5 million to play on the big three. Why not? She's not gonna make that in the WNBA. The WNBA players make what people make in their
Two
jobs.
hundred, 200K maybe
No,
if
they
they're lucky.
don't. Some WNBA players make 55,000 a year. What were you looking at?
No, I mean like it's like that's all across. They'll not one. I mean, WNBA player made 100K.
No, it depends on the player. But the average player comes into the game making about 60,000 a year. They don't get paid a lot, bro. Like Angel Reese ain't gonna
Isn't
sign
that
a
because
$3
people
million
don't
dollar
support?
contract. Huh?
Because isn't it because women don't support the WNBA enough for it to
That's
happen?
another show. You know what? That's gonna be the show on Wednesday. Because let me tell you,
Yeah.
my uncle went to a WNBA game and I told him and this was years ago, and I told him to take pictures. He took pictures of everybody in the stands, and all I saw was men. These women sit up here and say,
Wow.
these women sit up here and say, y'all need to pay women better. Y'all need to pay female athletes better, but y'all not going to the damn games. The games be so quiet you can hear a pin drop. And I'm not gonna lie, female basketball to me, if it ain't like a game like tomorrow's game is gonna be a sellout. They're gonna sell
Yeah,
out all the tickets. But a
yeah,
regular WNBA game is, I mean, a regular basketball game, female game, it's a sleeper. It's boring because women aren't dunking. They're not crossing you over and doing tricks like Diana Taurasi or Bridget Pettis. They're not doing those things. They're playing below the rim, ball, box out, box out. It's like a practice. It's boring. But I'm gonna be honest with you.
hmm
More men go to the games than women because women knows that shit is boring. Women are not gonna go there dressed up, looking good to catch a bull dagger. They're gonna go to an NBA game. They're gonna go to an NBA game to catch a baller. So at the end of the day, the NBA or college ball, men's ball is more entertaining. They're dunking, they're crossing you over, they're throwing the ball into the stands. It's just more hype. No offense to
yeah.
women, but it'll never be entertaining unless it's like a sweet 14 or whatever you call it. It ain't gonna be entertaining unless it's at the wire. That's when those games are
So
fun.
so 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 in other words, the women only will support the college level, but once it's the pro, they say, "Oh no, we don't watch that."
You're right, Tyrone. Yeah, women's basketball has only been good because when they knew that Caitlin was going against Reese, everybody was happy. So next on Wednesday, we're gonna talk about that. We're gonna talk about why do females deserve more pay? They don't. I'm being honest. If women are not coming to the games to support these females, why the hell are they gonna pay the millions of
But but
dollars?
but 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 let me ask you a question. Has anybody asked like there's got to be a point now where someone just sit there. All right, I'm gonna create a documentary and I'm gonna interview people about WNBA. And I'm only gonna focus on women. Ask them the question. I want women gonna be really honest why they don't really want to watch WNBA
It's
basketball. Since it's been on,
boring. I just
yeah,
told
but
you the answer. It's boring. I'm a
yeah,
female basketball player, and when I played varsity, we barely had people in the stands because they were traveling to watch the men play. That was some bull stuff right there. That
yeah,
used to piss us off. The only time they came to a varsity game is if we were playing a rival. That's when they would
yeah.
come. Oh, we got to see this. But if it was a regular female game, the stands were not filled. I'm not going to sit up here and lie to you. Now, let me see, my junior year, we did start getting more people because I was crossing people up. I was playing just like a dude. I just couldn't dunk. That was it.
Yeah.
But what I'm
Yeah.
saying is female basketball is boring. It's a sleeper. No offense to my ladies. But unless it's like a real game, like this is the game to win it all, it's boring. All you hear them is yelling, ball, box out, rebound. Women are technical,
Mm,
so they're gonna call out stuff. That's boring. We know what a box out is. We know what a rebound is. You ain't gotta yell, you know.
yeah.
So in high school, I hated when women got in my face and they was like ball. I wanted to hit them with it. The breath
Mm,
stink. They were screaming. They were spitting on me. I didn't like that stuff at all. I didn't like it. I know you're gonna be in my face trying to distract me, but you ain't got to be like all up in it. So I'm just
yeah.
saying, women all over the world said that female athletes deserve millions of dollars. But those same women, if you ask them, how many games have you been to? They can't tell you. I'm going to do a poll and ask women, how many female games did you go to? High school ball, college ball, WNBA. How many games did you go to this year? 0 to 1. Well, and I know some of them are going to lie. Show me an email where you bought the ticket. I'm gonna tell you how bad the WNBA was when I was in Arizona. They said if you want to go to a Phoenix Mercury game, if you spend $100 at the store, we'll give you free tickets.
Wow. That's
That's what
bad.
they were doing with the WNBA tickets. That told me how boring it was. You can go buy some groceries, and if you go over $100, they give you 2 free tickets. They ain't gonna do that for the NBA. They didn't do that for the Phoenix Suns. I don't care how bad they were. You weren't getting free tickets at the grocery store. You feel what I'm saying? I'm
Yeah.
just
Yeah.
saying, female basketball is boring. And now they have lingerie basketball where women got their booty cheeks out and they twerking while they go for a rebound. This is crazy, but it sells money because that's the only way men and a whole bunch of women are going to come watch. If you can be, wear your little coochie cutter shorts and hey, and act like you can't dribble, that's a turn on to some men, not me. I was a real female hooper and I didn't play any games. When I first came to Chicago, I went to the gym with my husband. They were like, we're not taking it easy on her. He was like, okay. And then by the end of the day, they were telling people, stick the girl with the tattoo. I have a tattoo on the top of my hand that has a basketball with stars because I was a shooter. And once I got hot, good luck.
Are you shooting hand? Is that your shooting hand? You
That's
had to
my
touch it?
shooting hand. Yeah, it is.
Oh
Yep.
damn! I mean, there's water and
Yep.
stars. Like what?
So we will be talking about athletes next week. I'm gonna see if I can get some athletes on. But I'm being honest, y'all. If y'all want females to make more money, go to the games. Because I guarantee you, go to a WNBA game and pan to the crowd. I guarantee you the men will outnumber the women. Because women ain't coming. They're not gonna look all sexy to watch y'all play. They ain't gonna come there to watch y'all scream for the ball. Ain't gonna be no ballers there. So I'm just saying they would rather go to a men's basketball game because it's more entertaining. Just keep it
Mhm.
100. So I'm just saying, y'all. That's what I'm gonna say. Chaos next
All
Wednesday,
right,
7 o'clock. You can be on there too. Okay.
all right, all right, all right. That's it.
He gonna say,
That's it.
"Where is this at?" If you look up lingerie basketball, you'll see it. They have it on YouTube. You see these women going for the ball. Sometimes their shirts come up. You see breasts. It's disgusting.
Oh wow.
They had an Illinois team, and I remember the coach reached out to me and asked me if I was interested in trying out. I said, "Hell no, hell no, I'm not trying out. I'm not selling out like that. I don't need attention like that. When I play basketball, I like my shorts to go at least a little bit above my knee. I don't need my booty all out. I don't need That's not why I'm there. I'm there to die for the basketball and be ugly. Angel Reese, I give her props. Back in the day, I don't know any women that wore big lashes like that. How can you see? There was
How can
one
you
game
see?
where
You know, she got to dial up to
there was
that. She got
one
to
game
dial
that
up
she
for that.
played, man. She came in there with like 100 lashes and left for like two. She had two lashes left. She didn't look the same. I'm just saying, a lot of these women now are so dolled up. They got their baby hair laid out in they wig, and it's about looking pretty. And where I come from, we didn't want to look pretty playing ball. We wanted to look ugly. You got these women that can't wipe their full face because they got makeup on. Like, what are we doing? Tina
Yeah,
Thompson
man.
used to wear
They got to
lipstick.
look good, man, out in the court.
No,
So yeah, for the
Tina
dudes.
Thompson used to wear lipstick, but that was it. Tina Thompson was my girl. She had big lips. She used to have red lips. I'm just saying. But now these women have on full lashes. They have on lipstick. They have on makeup, waterproof. For who? Who we trying to
Waterproof
impress?
makeup. Oh shit.
So I'm just saying. There's a girl named Juju Watkins, I think. She's
Yep.
naturally beautiful. She wears a little bun in her hair. She goes out there and plays rough. I like her. I like game like that where women are just, I'm just gonna be here to play. Some
Hmm.
women just want to make sure their angles look good. So I'm just saying, there was one basketball player, she played and her wig fell off, and the whole team gathered around her and helped her put that wig back on. The last
Hmm.
wig I seen do that was Joanna Man. You know what I'm saying? So we had to make sure
Hmm.
it was a woman. So I'm just
Hmm.
saying, guys, at the end of the day, we are definitely going to talk about female pay, and they're not going to like that show. So next Wednesday, we'll put our female athletes deserving. Are they deserving of the same money that men make? No. And I'm not saying that because they deserve the same. I'm saying it because the level is not the same. I honestly would rather go to a men's game than a female game, and I'm saying that as a woman. No disrespect, but the shit is boring. Well, I mean, one time that I went to a college basketball game, and I can't even tell you what happened. I was asleep. I feel
Hmm.
bad, and the buzzers be loud and people be loud. I was in a coma. I was asleep. When somebody woke me up, they was like, "The game is over," and I was like, "Yeah." They was like, "No, you was
God
asleep the whole
damn.
time."
You
Oh, okay.
ain't shit.
Whoops,
You
I
ain't shit.
know. Hey, it was boring. It was a sleeper. Maybe I should have recorded it so I could sleep good at night. But I'm saying a
Mhm.
men's game, they're loud. I went to a high school basketball game, and man, I forgot where I was at. I almost wanted to go on the court. It was so live. So I'm just saying, we'll talk about
Mhm.
that next week, guys. But look, guys, have a good night. Tomorrow we're gonna watch this game. It's gonna be fun. Wednesday we're gonna talk about why. Why do females deserve the same pay as men? I mean, Kobe Bryant was helping the females out. Kyrie Irving gave him money out of his own pocket. But guys, we have to be honest. It's two different levels of play. So thank you, Tyrone. I appreciate you, man. So, guys, you're welcome. Like I said, and ladies, I'm not saying you can't wear a wig to play basketball. I don't know y'all condition. I'm just saying y'all wearing these wigs that are so big, you're going for the rebound, your hair is hitting these other players in the eye. It's just that you got to be careful who you're around. Y'all can't wear no wigs that are more contained. Y'all wigs be down y'all back just to play ball. What happened to us being ugly, coming out there to get rough? You can be pretty when the game is gone. Who was it? Candace Parker. There's another woman, Sky Diggins. These are beautiful, beautiful women who did not have to look like that to play ball. I'm just saying, Angel Reese, she's not the same without those lashes. Without those lashes, it's a whole different face. And she's a cute girl. Oh, Angel Reese is a very cute girl. I just don't think she needs the wigs and the big lashes. I think she's pretty without it, but that's just my opinion. But a lot of these women are so insecure, and I'm not saying that's Angel, But I noticed that the whole LSU team, half of them had on big lashes and wigs. That's the norm. And maybe that's why they lost. The wigs were heavy. I don't know. All I'm saying is that, you know, UConn was able to get Caitlin to 20 points. That means that LSU, something wasn't
Oh,
right
that,
over
that
there.
means that means South Carolina got this then. Unless it's rigged. If they kept her under around 20 points, what do you think that South Carolina gonna do with their undefeated record? Defeated this year, right?
We have to see.
Undefeated?
I don't even
Yeah.
want to talk about no more basketball. We'll talk about it next week. So, guys, again,
Okay. All right.
thank you, Chaos. But look,
Yeah.
next week we'll talk about the basketball because I know a lot of people will have opinions. We're gonna upset the sisterhood, but we got to talk about the truth. But other than that, guys, again, I will put the information on Mr. Brooker in my community chat so that y'all can see it for your own eyes, and I'll put the link. I just hope that you guys can use that. If you ever need an attorney, just do your research. If you're not sure, I hope that we're able to help Devin's friend out. He's been sitting in jail since May of last year. And again, Mr. Brooker, they think that he's going to get Rhoda a slap on the wrist. Guys, you cannot fight people that already know the truth. And one thing about her case, she has a felony indictment. Jay Lethal has a felony indictment. And you still got people on Jay Lethal's page saying free him. Free him. Unfortunately, I'm not going to support that black man. I'm not. Somebody said that he was very transparent about his charges. He wasn't. I don't remember him ever coming on my show or his show saying, I choked the mother of my child and I almost killed her. Then, when I was choking her, I even got behind her, put my knee in her back, and made sure that chokehold was on tight, where she almost had, she almost lost it. So at the end of the day, and then when you have child endangerment charges, Jay Lethal has more than a couple charges. He has a lot of them. So for people to still say free him, that is wild. No, don't free him. Leave him in there. His bond is $50,000. He ain't paying it. It's too much. He was out on bail, on bond or whatever bail last year before the brick incident. And when Rhoda did what she did, he was so focused on her case, he didn't even care about his own. How are you going to sit there and talk about Rhoda lying about assault when you actually did assault someone? That's what I said. Well, we're putting our energy in the wrong things. Jay Lethal told y'all he gave me information. That was a lie. You might have shared a couple things off of her Instagram, but I received that same video. It's just that your quality was better. And I said, thank you. But how can you be so gung ho trying to hold Rhoda accountable when you had a felony warrant out on you, sir? It doesn't make sense. We should never support someone that tried to kill someone. That's a mother. Where are we at with that? Y'all would be mad at me if I said free Jay Lethal. Are you kidding me? No, there's no free Joshua. Keep him in there. And we'll know on April 26th what happens with him. Rhoda, she was seen on April 5th too. And she gets May 13th for her date. Jay Lethal has to come back to court April 26th, and he is still in jail as we speak. So before you guys start supporting him, I need you to understand what he did. He almost killed the mother of his child, and she's very young, 23 years old. She's a baby with a baby. And this man showed up at her job to do that, to choke her out. And y'all sitting here saying free Jay Lethal. No, no, accountability needs to be held. What if it was your sibling that got choked out? Would you still say free them? Free the person that choked my family. He's innocent. No, he's not innocent. This man was on the run for a little while, and now he's facing accountability. So again, all the loud talking he did, and he had skeletons. All these people that hate me, they have skeletons. They just don't want you to know about them. Anyone that hides behind a name that isn't theirs, a nickname, but they never tell you their real name, they're hiding something. One thing you can say about me, I'm an open book. I told you guys about my abuse, told you guys about what I did to someone, and I won't say I was wrong. And I don't take it back. At that time, I was scared. But now I'm like, yeah, now there's laws in place to protect people that go through that. So I'm just saying, guys, do your research. And I hope that today's show brought you guys some kind of enjoyment. And then I hope to see you guys next Wednesday, okay? Hey, Chaos, have a good night, man. Flat out commentary. Jay Lethal, just look it up on YouTube. Type in J and then Leethal. Type it in. Jay Lethal used to be a part of my channel. He used to do shows with me. He used to be the loud guy with dreads. And we'll tell him to land his plane. Anyone that has been like a follower of mine, he was the one where we're telling him, please land your plane. Because he used to talk a lot and he used to be really loud. And now it all made sense. What I find the most disturbing thing is he said he would knock his baby mama out. He didn't say anything about how he choked her out, though. So again, we got to be careful who we support. And when people say blindly trusting and doing all this, there was a lot of people that supported people that hated me, and they didn't even know their record. There's a lot of people that didn't like me that have a past that's on record. It ain't me. Y'all feel what I'm saying? There's no criminal past for me. But I would encourage people to be careful who they support. Just because they have a lot of subscribers doesn't mean that that's not their second YouTube, because the first one they were lying to people and deceiving people. One video got 10,000 views, another video got 6 views. Make it make sense. And just because somebody has a lot of subs, some people just sub to you just to sub to you, but they're not hitting the notification bell. So they don't know when you do a show. They find out later. And you get views later in life. And that's okay. I don't care. But one thing you know about me, I don't buy nothing. All of my subscribers are authentic. And I wish my views were higher, but unfortunately, a lot of people don't hit the notification bell, so they don't even know when I'm live. But I thank you guys on my community tab. I get usually 300 to 400 likes. You can't fake that. So you guys I would have to put all my shows in my community tab for y'all to see it. So I'm just saying, thank you guys for supporting me. And thank you for 21,000 subs. And I hope that I can continue to bring you guys great content, and that you guys can continue to rock with me. So with that being said, Chaos, have a good night, man. You guys have a good night.